Hi, Mom. Bye, Fred.
But Fred is mom. What?
Couldn't be. My mom is actually useful.
Oh, poor Fred.
I think there's something very strange about using the word useful to describe one's mother.
Don't worry
Huh?
about it.
Hopefully it sticks around a bit longer this time.
It is a very Kagayaki thing to say, to be honest, though.
Okay, so who wants to do the previously recap? I know it's usually Sonia, but
I mean, if any of
someone
you
else
feel
wants
like
to
it,
try
Sonia wants
have
to
a
do
go.
it again. Sonia wants to do it
Onwards,
again.
Oblivion Fire.
sure. Don't forget to send the stream link and all that in the chat.
Yes,
Yeah,
good plan.
Don't forget to leave the starting sunscreen.
as well.
Yeah, I'll do that after the recap usually.
The recap.
Uh,
Okay, so
Let me grab the
last
link.
episode, we continued our sudden fight with the original Digidestined that we started. Fred left again. Well, I'll let Fred sleep for a while. Yes, we were fighting our friends, the original Digidestined, that were up in heaven, trying to kill Dark Seraphimon, Black Seraphimon. I always forget the exact name. For his Digicore or something. They had reason to do this, I guess, but I forgot about this specific part. Regardless, we managed to convince Utimio to not fight us for a bit, and Einari was still more or less convinced that his way was the right thing until Higeki started, just going on full Joker mode and just threatening us with a Keramon army in our village and say, hey, do you want to stop me or do you want to stop that? Choose, Spider-Man. So Sonia went right away, just teleport, boom, boom, to take care of that. But that's the whole thing. And Einari just got instantly cold feet at this event because that was one kind of psycho move. The hysteric laughter certainly didn't help. So he's starting to reconsider his choice in life and everything. Yeah. Kagayaki try to. Yes, right. I forgot. The Higeki also kind of trapped Dark Seraphimon with some sort of contraption, and Kagayaki managed to disable it and hopefully use it for something good. We don't really know what we'll do with it, but we do have something. Yep. During the fight in the village that Sonia single-handedly took care of, or almost, she rallied all the adults in the village and became the leader of the Icon City Army. Yes, right this instant. And yeah, Diablomon showed up, Diablomon X, and revealed that all of the Caramon we've been fighting she's been fighting on all this now, up until now, can't speak, were in fact booby trapped. Actually, not really Caramon, but just Caramon toys, Caramon clones, Caramon fakes, just bombs that were going to blow up anytime now. But thanks to a little quick thinking, she managed to prevent the worst and teleport them. Well, maybe not teleport them, but move them on Diablomon himself, and kind of trick him into blowing them up on himself. But alas, he noticed right away and blew some bombs off screen, which went right in the direction of Sonia's precious baby boys, of course, because drama. But Otamamon managed to save Gabumon, but got heavily hurt in the process. Thankfully, lovely Anjaman has healing powers, so she managed to fix that. And thanks to Otaramon's show of courage, he evolved into a new made-up form that we kind of decided on the spot right then and there, called Bushi Gekomon. To know what it looks like, please just go back and watch the last episode. I promise you it's good. Besides that, well, that concludes the the village fight. And back in heaven, one last zinger was thrown right at Taisto's face when he discovered that Einari died in, well, previous adventures and is only maintained alive thanks to the power of his partner. That's why they fuse with them, apparently, to maintain them in this world currently, which shocked Taisto to his core, of course. And also discovered that Sonia talked to Einari behind his back, but I'm sure that's not going to be of any importance whatsoever. Yes. Right at the end, the last time on, well, I have noted what happened, but I'll leave the pleasure to Anthony to finish this recap off. Yes, as usual.
Yeah, so the only thing that was missing was the post-credit scene, where we saw an old familiar face that we haven't seen since season 2, Felismon, in the dark area, raising an army to take back the digital world for virus kind, and follow in Gulfmon's footsteps. So that was the sort of ending scene credit. After the credit scenes, I'm gonna take off the starting scene screen now so that I don't forget, so everyone doesn't just see a starting scene screen and gets to see the spreadsheets and whatnot. Thanks for the recap, Sonia. Marker potential. If you wish to do so,
I will.
obviously it's an optional one.
My favorite part was when Higeki said it's Higeking time, and then Higeki all over the place.
Yes, that was my favorite part too.
Certainly did.
Cool. So at the end of the previous session, you guys managed to make it back to Icon City. Higeki and Karamon managed to get away. There's been widespread damage to the city caused by the bombs that Diaboromon X left behind for you guys. And there's a very small number of scientists left in the city. I think we're gonna zoom in first on Kageyaki to open the episode. Kageyaki, you're currently sat down with 2 or 3 of the remaining scientists. We have one of them is sort of bald on top, but he's got a big bushy mustache, brown hair, a bit of a hunchback, big goggle-like glasses on. You got another that's a little bit like a tall young man, spiky black hair. Gives you like a big brother kind of vibe. And then you have a young lady. She's got ginger hair and she's got these big sort of loop hair ponytails at the back of her head. And the really nerdy looking one with the bald top, he's basically sat you down and he's like, yeah, I don't know how to tell you this, Kageyaki, but they took your dad.
Yeah, I figured, yeah.
I'm so sorry. We didn't know that he'd be after all of us, but we were all running for our lives and in a panic, and well, he pushed me out of the way so that Karamon took him instead.
You don't have to apologize. You guys are powerless against the Digimon anyways. There wasn't anything you could do.
But that's just the thing, Kageyaki. We could defend ourselves, but all our equipment it's still in the dark area from before, when we thought these digital life forms were actually some kind of abomination creatures that couldn't talk. we didn't have the means to defend ourselves here, but we do in the dark area, he says. Maybe it's time we took the fight to them, he says.
Oh, we're definitely going after Keramon, but we just need to actually prepare first. Oh my god. Every single fucking time I feel like we're going to be able to just focus on something specific. Shit keeps piling up again. What's next? Talisman makes a comeback?
Yeah, of course he wouldn't come back.
She has no reason to come back, right? We fucking fixed his area.
With all due respect, Kageyaki, we don't have time to wait around. He could be dead by now, he says, quite matter-of-factly, very bluntly.
But who? What did he
We're
say?
gonna have to take action now. We're gonna have to, we can't be lulling around and doing other things while who knows what's happening to your father, he says. I think he's trying to raise your reckless and lower your kind to basically push you into doing something now. Do you accept that, or would you like to reject that?
I mean, of course we're going to do something now, so might as well. Like, the dude could use a bit more tact while talking to a kid.
I mean, I feel like these scientists have probably worked with you for long enough to know that you're basically, like, you get talked to like you're an adult because of, how you are. You're very rational and not very childish for the most part, so...
Because your character is being played by an adult. That is why you get talked to like an adult.
Exactly. If the scientists were addressing someone like Taisto or Sonia, maybe they'd talk down to them a bit more, but, like, they know you're a clever guy.
Oi, watch it, mate.
So yeah, you accept that then, do you? Sorry, you lowered your reckless and raised your kind. Sorry, the other way around. Sorry, raised your reckless, lowered your kind. What does that look like when he's wanting you to take action now? What do you do to say that you're going to take action? Kageyaki? Hello? Sonia,
Kageyaki
Taisto,
is
are you
gone.
okay?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So it's just Kageyaki. Okay.
He's been eaten by his fridge, finally.
I'm nothing of value but no way.
Yeah, the fridge finally took revenge after all of his hate speech.
Oh. Yeah. Rise up, fridge friends.
They're finally,
Rightful place in the-
they're finally standing up for something and rolling the advanced move. Okay, Kageyaki's disconnected, so I think he might have
Okay.
crashed, or maybe his internet's gone. I'm hoping he's going to rejoin in about
Whoopsie.
2 minutes, but if he doesn't return in 2 minutes or so, I'll just move on to another scene with one of you two, if that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Seems a bit bad to just cut the scene off halfway through.
Why is Fred just not feeling it?
Maybe
keep
it's
on
Fred.
setting you
Maybe Fred finally got Kageyaki after a
Yeah.
long time. He's been making him play random trumpet noises and stuff.
Oh boy.
Um,
Is Fred 1 fine?
Fred 1 doesn't let you play YouTube music anymore.
God damn it.
So if you have another source that isn't YouTube, does it do like Spotify or anything? Can you do like a Spotify link? I don't know if that works.
Right, if you can. Ugh. The Freds.
Okay, it's been about a minute or so. I'm gonna move on to another scene so that we don't lose pace. And then we'll come back to Kageyaki and see how he sort of acts on that. So let's zoom in on Taisto for a minute then. Taisto, you have finally, after 4 seasons of being a Mokuba, managed to get hold of your best friend Einari.
and he's just woken up. He's in one of the sort of makeshift hospital ward beds that's in the back of Mummy Mun's sort of library stroke hospital stroke pharmacy. He looks a bit dizzy, but otherwise okay. And as he comes to, I imagine you're sat beside him. He like grabs his head. He's like, "Oh, my head. Oh, what happened?" And then he like flutters his eyes open and sees you. Taisto! Wait, where am I? He says as he looks around, and he finds his gaze meets Zubamon, and he starts to relax a little bit more when he sees Zubamon. What do you do?
You're in Icon City now, Einari. After the fight, I took you here, and Mummymon healed you, or rather, at your rest. Apparently, you weren't that banged up after all.
Wait, Mummymon? Isn't he the guy that kidnapped me the first time? He says. He looks a bit more tense now. He's like, that guy, he cast some kind of spell on me the first time. I remember that, he says.
Yeah, he's one of the good guys now. We had a bit of a discussion at the end of his episode, and he saw the light, so to say. You're perfectly safe. Don't worry.
Well, that's good to hear. He did seem like a nice guy despite everything he did. I mean, everyone's dying. Everyone's dying. No, it's just me and you now, Sonia. Fred's getting you next.
I think having technical difficulties on the bingo is too low a bar. It should be like at least 5 separate occasions of technical difficulties.
Yeah, so far we've had Fred dying, we've had Kakiaki dying, and now we've had you dying. Sonia's next on the chopping block. Like, Fred's coming for her.
I can't wait.
It's coming for each of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fred can't get Zach or Pablo because they're T-posing, so the arms wouldn't fit him. But you know, you guys.
That's why they are
perhaps-
asleep.
They're the safest they can be.
Yeah, I think I heard like he seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah, so he says he seems like a nice guy despite what he did. When I first appeared in the world with no memory, I genuinely thought this was a game of some kind, but it seems the stakes are a lot higher now that I've got my memories back. He says, I'm so sorry for causing you so much trouble all this time. I still feel bad about what happened, but you mentioned that you wanted to work together and find a way forward that would mean saving both worlds, right? Is that even possible? We thought of everything that we could, and Caramon said that was the only way, so, you know, we sort of went with it, he says. In hindsight, probably not the best idea, but after everything we did to Caramon, everything we wronged him with, we felt it was the right thing to do, but maybe not. He says he sort of seems to be doubting himself a bit. He seems a bit all over the place. His mind is sort of flitty, probably from the adrenaline and the shock of everything that had just happened. Their next steps, I don't know what they are, but all I know is they wanted to destroy this world and replace it with the old one. I saw Caramon. I walked in on him one time, and he was working on this big machine. It had a Digimon inside, but other than that, I couldn't tell you what it did, he says.
Don't worry, Einari. Pastor says, like, laser takes him by the shoulder. We're going to find a solution. For once, we're going to do it together. I don't have the answer just yet, but we're going to figure it out, and then we're going to make sure that no world needs to be destroyed. Are you sure you don't remember anything about Caramon's machine?
It just had a big Digimon in the center of it. He was inside some kind of big glass container, and he kept getting electrocuted, and then a big burst of energy would release, and the machine would power up, and Caramon would giggle to himself, but I don't know what it would do, he says. He said something about it being unveiled soon, but he was still in the prototype testing phase, apparently. He's a bit of a scientist, you see. He's always tinkering with inventions and creations and potions. What I can tell you is he has a Digimon alongside him working with him. He's called Nemesinemon. He's the one we'll need if we want to revive the old digital world. He has...
That's news to me.
He has everything saved and backed up inside one of his memory vials. He's the only person that can actually bring back the old world.
I see. Then I guess we better find this Nemesinemon and see what we can do with that then. You should rest. Daisto abruptly stands up. You should rest. And then he starts walking away to find Nemesinemon without having any idea where he might be.
I think as you're about to leave, you walk through the door, you feel a hand grasp your wrist, and you look down and you see Zubamon.
Thank you for everything. I asked you guys to save him and you did, so I owe you my gratitude, he says. It's best not to rush into these things. We all have to be prepared before we go and fight Caramon. He seems to be a very powerful and manipulative Digimon. I think it's best to wait and come up with a good plan with everybody so that we can be prepared for this, he says.
He's trying to raise your superior and lower your unique.
What's that? You said go right in right away, punch his face in. Okay.
Sorry. Make a plan with everyone. Doesn't I don't understand what those words mean. No. There's nothing I wouldn't do for Einari. We need to regroup right now and see what the plan is after that. I don't think we're going to rush into anything just now. Just make sure that to keep him safe. He says, while looking at, glancing towards Einari. Or you're going to be in a world of hurt. I'm going to break all of your bones. No, wait.
Taisto's the villain all along.
Make sure to keep him safe.
That's what I intend to do, but like Mumimon said, we're intrinsically linked by the Digicore, so if he goes on, decides to do something, I have to go along with it. It's just how it works with us. We don't really have a will of our own once we merge with our human, he says. I'll try and talk him out of anything.
Yikes.
I'll try and talk him out of it, but obviously if he decides, to do something rash, we're going to need more than just me to stop him.
I see. Well, rash isn't really the word I'd use for the Einari I knew. Anyway, I need to go and see what the others are up to so we can make a plan and try and fix this mess. Keep him safe. All right.
He gives you a nod. Did you accept his label shifting?
Right. I was hoping that if I just moved on without acknowledging it, you'd forget about it. And
Sneaky.
I think the response is that I'm gonna accept it.
Cool.
While gritting my teeth, but still gonna take it.
Taisto
Why
thinking about his
must
actions
fear
instead
your
of going in alone again for once. Okay, cool. So we'll cut to Sonia now. Sonia, you're currently with what do we call him again? It was something Gekomon. I wrote it down on a piece of paper.
Bushi. Like
Bushi
the
Gekomon.
like bush enemy. Yes.
Cool.
Bushi Gekomon.
I need to actually transfer that into my GM notes on the spreadsheets. I wrote it down in a book last week and then just forgot to transfer it over. So Bushi Gekomon. You're with Bushi Gekomon and you're with Gabumon. I think Gabumon's still excited about Bushi Gekomon's Digivolution, and he's like hyping him up like best buds and bros do. And I think he turns to you first, Sonia, and he's like, "But I couldn't have done it without you, Mom." He says, I only found the strength to protect Gabumon because I knew it was what you would do, and then I saw all the heroic stuff you were doing with Pillowmon, and well, I couldn't sit by and watch my brother get hurt. He says as he like rubs some sweat off his face. Sonia, he's like really bigging you up right now. Basically saying he couldn't have done it without you. I think he's basically saying you're his savior, and then you know, like, you're his hero. Please raise your savior, lower your superior if you believe that's true. If you think you are this hero he thinks you are. And I think he goes on and he's like, where you came down and glowed the entire city up, that was so cool, Pillowmon. And oh, you saved everyone and drove back the Caramon. Even after they grappled you to the ground, you were still fighting back, and oh, I only wish one day I could be as cool as you guys, he says. I heard as well you found Stella. She okay? I'm so happy that you finally reunited with her. You seemed really worried when she went missing.
Well, yes. No, you don't need to worry about that. She's fine right now. In fact, she shouldn't be that far away. I don't think. Anyways. And well, don't sell yourself short. Yeah, I'm sure you had the courage all along. And well, you were really cool yourself. You know. Yeah, you did something really amazing and stuff. You shouldn't. Well, being humble is fine, but you shouldn't downplay your own actions. And I'm sure you were much more of a savior than me in this particular instance. Without you, who knows what could have happened to Gabumon or the others.
He like punches Gabumon in the arm. He's like, maybe you'd be the one digivolving, huh? He's like, just you wait, I'll digivolve anytime soon now. It's only a matter of time before I catch up to you, Otamamon.
Hopefully the show doesn't end before then.
Yeah, one day we'll see him digivolve into something. So do you accept what he said, sorry, about the savior superior dichotomy?
Sure. Yes. Yes. It's the I'm not sure about this, but if you believe it, then I'll take the compliment, sort of thing.
Okay.
Like I won't reject you, but you know, she's not. Well, I guess being at 0, it's only feeling. I guess she's neutral. She's feeling neutral about this now.
Okay. So I think I think I think that the next thing that happens is you hear like a rasp on the door, and you see Taisto standing outside the front door. He's come looking for the others, so I'm going to say that he found you first, because obviously you're easy to find, being that you're wherever you're cooped up now that your home's been demolished.
Mm-hmm. Who is it? Yeah.
Are you there?
No one's home. No. I killed you, die.
Okay, I'll just go then. And then he leaves. No.
End of the episode. Apparently.
End of the episode. Okay. To be honest, I'm not. We'll.
Damn, he's really gone. I don't know if his PC crashed or what, but that's
he's not
really
coming back.
unfortunate.
Yeah, really unfortunate.
Oh boy.
We even got like a message being like, "Sorry, I disconnected," and I think it's just literally nothing. I think maybe his internet's died or something.
Yeah,
That would be unfortunate.
that sucks.
But yeah, sorry. We are here with Taisto on the other side of a door and Sonia on the other side, and then both of them pretending that the other one isn't there. Anyway, I came to talk.
Well, come in, I guess. Yes.
All right, and then Taisto waltzes in, wherever this is.
I think we said that Sonia had taken refuge in the garages where the Gazimon
Yeah.
store all their stuff.
Mhm.
So it's like a big garage with a ton of lockers. One of them
Man.
particularly badly graffitied with slurs about Greymon.
That was the Gazimons. Oh shit. Oh, that's even more morbid now. Oh
And we
boy.
see like a pile of Zach's stuff in the middle of the floor as well, where he's trying to make a museum/memorial very unsuccessfully, because obviously it's been a few weeks now and he's not been here, so he's not made any progress on recollecting some items for the museum. But yeah, that's where you are right now, talking to your digi-children, I guess. You probably set up some makeshift table. You're probably sitting on like a box, and you've got like a table that's like an upside down metal locker or something that you just like put some food on or whatever, and you're sort of holding up there while Tyrannomon's repairing your building, but obviously there's that big sinkhole, so he's having to like account for that and whatnot. So that's probably the sort of setting we're at.
All right. I came from talking to Einari, and I think we should try and plan our next step. He mentioned a Digimon called Nemesinemon, who apparently holds a backup, I guess, of the old digital world.
Really? Well, that would be great if you could help us, I guess. Yes, I'll be there. I'll join you. Sorry, kids. Mama's gotta go. You know it is.
Cool. You leave the garage with Taisto. As you're walking, Sonia, you remember that there's a lot you haven't told Taisto yet about the underwater cavern and all that kind of stuff. Is this something you'd want to tell him about now, or are you still wanting to sort of keep most of that quiet?
That's a good question. We did have lots of heart-to-heart and stuff, but I'm not sure if there's if she would just blurt it out just all of a sudden. Well, maybe for the sake of plot. Yes.
No.
Well,
Let's get there through the scenic route.
Oh, sure.
Is there anything you happen to know about Nemesign
Can't say that I do. I do not, right? I didn't forget anything. I don't think I've heard of that name before.
There was one thing that struck you, Taisto. Einari mentioned that he has vials filled with memory, and you remember that Karamon used those when he was showing Sonia various things from the past, to do with Stella and to do with Kageaki. You were watching in the audience, so you probably saw those vials at some point.
We're not actually talking about that.
Oh.
You sure? You know, Einari or someone else hasn't actually mentioned them to you in secret? You forgot to tell anyone about? You, Timio, didn't, rappel down from the ceiling just to, tell you about something and then go? Didn't meet up Higeki in an alley?
I sense some tension in the air. Is there something you wish to tell me, perhaps?
Taisto, stops. I imagined that we were walking in some direction or something, and Taisto, stops in his tracks. He's my best friend. He's my best friend. He's my oldest friend. I grew up with him. He's practically like a brother to me. And you didn't tell me that you met him. I've searched for him for 2 years. Inside whatever amount of time has actually gone in the... Yes. 2 years, Sonia. And you didn't tell me.
I see. So you know.
Is there anything else you're hiding?
I no longer have anything to hide. You have seen me at my worst. Yes, it is true I have not told you about Einari. Oh, at first... Well... You know what kind of mental state I was at the time. I was not really ready to confess to something like that. I wanted to go to this underground castle to take some information by myself because I wanted to feel useful. I wanted to feel like people's expectation of me were justified. I wanted to relieve the tension of people, and I wanted to tell myself that maybe I could do something good for a change. But yeah, then Einari showed up, and well, no, things got screwed up even then. But still, I was not planning on meeting him. I don't know why he decided to show himself to me, of all people. And it freaked me out. It's true. He told me many things. And I felt like if I told you, you'd snap at me, you'd yell at me, and you would reproach me of not trying to do anything to stop him, and I couldn't take it. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I did this for my own sake. It was not out of malice, but yes, I did hide things from you. But I take it you've been talking with him, so rest assured that I am not hiding anything else. Well, I guess that depends on what exactly you talked about, so if you want to know the details of our conversation, I'm more than happy to share it with you, but I hope we can let that incident behind us. We've been through far too much now.
It's a long way to Kagayaki, so spill.
Sure. Blah. Spilling all of it. Blah. All of the information. Blah. I don't know what exactly. I don't fully remember what we talked about because that's been quite a few episodes by now. Underground Castle. Yes, right. Hello.
Hi,
So-
I am very annoyed
Yeah, I bet.
because I've been doing absolutely fucking nothing all day, and the blackout decided to happen the moment I started talking.
Oh,
It
that
happens to the
sucks.
best of us. So we've just moved on a little bit. All you've really missed is Sonia had a bit of a celebration with her children, well, Digi children. Taisto sort of talked things over with Einari, sort of calmed him down, and Zubamon basically asked him, he thanked him for saving Einari, and that we should all work together to work on our next step and not rush into things. Which Taisto accepted, which was a big character moment, I feel. And then now Sonia and Taisto are sort of discussing those next steps, but also Taisto is grilling Sonia about not telling him about the whole underwater cavern and meeting Einari and all that kind of stuff. So that's what's happening right now.
Yeah. I'm catching him up, but I was just saying that I don't remember the exact detail of Einari's conversation, especially since some of these things have been retconned since then. So, yeah. So, I remember he was telling Sonia mostly to not get in his way because he doesn't want to hurt them. That this was the only way to do things. That the prophecies, talking about the prophecies and see that's what we did. The guilt he felt for not saving people, but I guess he knows that by this point. I guess while we're at it, Sonia will share all of the mural description and all of the prophecies, talking about the Caramon army, the Lampmon stuff, all of the past. Well, I guess that's not really necessary. And if we work together, we can achieve a greater destiny bit that was always there and not a result of a roll. Yeah.
Yeah, so just to recap, the prophecy was the following. False, unchosen ones. Though this world needs courage, friendship, knowledge, hope, and light, it may never know the weight carried by kindness, sincerity, love, nor reliability. Nevertheless, these falsehoods may unite the world and eradicate the oncoming darkness. Together, perhaps they can achieve an even greater destiny than those which came before. That was the full tapestry.
I see. So it's a bit more vague and not let's cooperate everyone. So I understand why they were more hostile towards us. Yeah, I understand more now.
I think maybe probably send in the pictures you took as well, because I remember you took pictures.
Yes, while we're at it. Yep, that's about everything. Well, I'm sorry once again. I hope you're not mad anymore, I guess. Though, I won't blame you if you are.
Don't keep secrets from me, Sonia. Not about Einrich.
Noted.
Right. Let's go and find that Kagayaki.
Right.
Taisto, do you have influence over Sonia?
He does. I do not.
Okay, Sonia. I think that because of what Taisto said, he is raising your superior and lowering your savior. Do you agree with that?
My fucking god, you're flipping it right back.
Yeah. He's telling you, don't keep things to yourself, don't be a hero, I want to know shit when you know it, basically.
Yeah, well, I accept. I'm a monkey in the palm of your hands, dancing around to the sounds of labels shifting back and forth.
I have to shift the 2 labels that are remaining as much as I can while I can, right? Eventually, I'm not going to shift your labels ever again, so...
That's fair, that's fair. Well, that was a nice talk. And I didn't get punched in the face, so that's a plus. Yay!
Wow.
Cool. So, I think...
I mean, Dice is all about equality, but there's a line. There's a magical line right there.
Nah, the hammer of justice is unisex.
It's not about sex. It's about her being what, 4 years young. How old is Sonia? 12.
About 12, 13 maybe,
Yeah.
around 12, yeah.
Anyways, it's being over 10% younger than Dice. It's bad.
I'd like to point out that it's been a full year we've been in this place, like confirmed. We've been through 2 Christmas episodes.
But one
So
of the
we're already
one of
here
the,
older.
one of the Christmas episodes was technically a dream, so it may be only one real Christmas. So, but it's about a year-ish. You've been here at least half a year, is what I'd say.
Well, with Pokemon logic, even if a year passed, we haven't changed at all.
I mean, I don't know, like the next season is 9 months ago, so.
But yeah, I think we'll quickly cut back to Kakiaki then and finish the scene that we had, because obviously you got cut off by your blackout, Kakiaki.
That's right.
Yaki snaps his hands back into place.
So...
Oh no!
So
what was I doing?
Oh my god, it's spreading.
Yeah, his hands snapped back by his sides from the T position they were in, and the girl is waving frantically in front of your face like, hello, Kakiaki, you think you're in there?
Oh my god, no, the virus. The T virus is spreading. I thought we had more time. No.
So yeah, the last thing that happened on screen was the nerdy guy basically saying, we need to take action now. We can't wait around to see what happens to your father. There's no time to prepare, we just have to go for it. And you said you were going to accept that, and I was asking how
Oh
you
wait,
going to show...
you said no preparation? I thought you were saying we're actually going to start preparing immediately.
No, he says
fuck no, I don't
we need to
accept it.
take action now, is basically his... Like,
Fuck
we
no, I
have
don't
time to
accept.
wait.
What the fuck?
He's worried
No,
about your dad because...
I would like to stay alive, thank you very much.
He thinks all the scientists are probably being tortured and murdered right now by that evil monster.
Time to roll to not losing, not to... I am... Alright, time to reject free influence, I guess.
Could someone just put on a song to see if Fred is just rejecting me or what? Because he just does not want to play anything right now.
Understood.
I'll do that while Kakiaki rolls.
My fucking... Why? Why? I don't get it.
Because you use links. That's absolutely not what I played, but okay. Fred is not feeling it today.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop that before I get a copyright strike on my YouTube channel.
Alright, 9. I reject his influence properly.
Yes, so sorry. On a 9, when you reject influence, choose one of the following. You can either clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong in some way, shift one label up, one label down, your choice, or cancel their influence over you and take +1 forward against them on your next roll.
So explaining why the scientists aren't technically in immediate danger and why we need to prepare would prove them wrong, I guess.
Yeah, you basically you're gonna explain what you're gonna do, and that his plan's stupid. Is that the general?
Alright,
gist?
pause. Diablomon is the main villain behind all of this. He now has the power of a being who literally fueled the magic system of an entire dimension. and he got the scientists because he specifically needed them. He didn't just get them to have fun. They are definitely not dying as we speak, and we definitely can't just rush in there. We need to sit down, prepare, and be sure that we can actually take him on when the time comes. Like, your weapons weren't enough to take on Chimeramon back at the base, and Diablomon's significantly stronger than that.
Stronger
It's not
than
even a contest.
stronger than that monstrosity?
Yes, it's absolutely not a contest.
That's highly improbable, he says. That thing didn't seem nearly as big as the huge chimera that was made. He's obviously
Are you
not as
aware of
strong.
zip files? It's not about size. This world has an entire ass magic system, and he has consumed the master of it. Like, the literal core of the magic dimensions magic system. He has it in him right now.
The girl pipes up and she's like, "Wait, magic's real?"
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it's actually half programming for some reason.
This is fascinating, she says. You're gonna have to tell me everything, she says, and she like pulls out like a journal book. She's like, I never thought that us humans would be able to harness any kind of power like that, she says. That might be our key to getting home, she says, as she starts like scribbling things down, like future ideas to do with magic.
That's absolutely the key to getting home, and you three at least should. I assume you're all good with programming.
Well, I'm pretty good at programming, says the bald one, and she is too, but not him. He's just an engineer. He points at the sort of taller, younger-looking one of the lot.
God damn it. Yeah.
He says, "Yeah, but all my equipment got left behind at the dark area when we got pushed into that weird pocket dimension portal thing. I don't have any of my tools here anymore," he says.
Alright. In that case... fuck. Yeah.
How do they only now realize magic is real?
I have
I think,
no idea. I put them in a fucking pocket dimension.
I think they thought the pocket dimension was like a quirk of this world rather than it being magic. Like it was like a weird law of physics that you could open spaces within spaces or something. And they were like writing theories about how it works and stuff while they were in there, but I didn't realize it was magic.
Anyways, yeah, we definitely need to get back to the dark area, get our stuff. You two need to learn at the very least the basics, so you can comprehend what's going on and partially help. If you're good at programming, you already have it half done. God, how do we use the equipment? We also need to get the other kids to tell us where exactly Diablomon is, what he does, everything they know about him. I need to anchor them to this world because he's trying to pull them away. I need to fucking hack into one of their digivices to find out what Higeki was talking. Oh my fucking god, that's so much. Oh, that's so many things.
One of the I think it's the older brother looking dude who's the engineer leans forward and says, "Well, if there's too much to do, why not spread it among the others? You guys seem to be the most knowledgeable about this world and everything in it. Potentially one of the other. Well, maybe not those two." He sort of looks over at the T-posing Zach and Pablo in the corner.
No, get him away from the walls! He pierces through them!
But maybe Sonia or Taisto might be able to help you with some of the things. Don't shoulder the burden all by yourself, he says. The last thing we want is for the main intelligence of our operation to burn out, he says.
Oh, I've been burning out for
He
months.
is lowering your reckless and raising your kind. How do you reject or accept that? And if you, I noticed that your reckless is at -2. If you do accept that, it means you mark a condition, and you'll have to tell
Do
me
you see
why
the
it makes you
problem
feel that way.
here? Do you see the problem here? As much as I want to partially agree, I can't.
I mean, you can agree. You just say how it makes you feel insecure, hopeless, angry, or afraid.
So I have to actually trust Taisto with something. Let me mark hopeless. Let's see. The thing is, they don't actually. The others can't really handle the magic side of things. They don't have the knowledge to pick it up. They don't know programming, so we can teach them swiftly.
Bitch. My partner will out magic you any fucking day. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah, but your partner is trying to you. I'm going to mark afraid because I need to partially depend on Taisto, and that's fucking terrifying.
So it makes you feel afraid to depend on Taisto, which means you'll probably be holding back a little bit when you do sort of trust him with this. If Taisto follows through and actually, succeeds in helping you and shares your burden, how would that change your perception of Taisto? Would you see him as slightly less, reckless and acting alone and not very good at, following a plan? Or would it just sort of be more like a means to an end, like, oh, I have to rely on him, like...
Honestly, it seemed like a fluke at this point, with how much he's done.
Right, but would it change your perception of him at all? Or would it be more just,
Not just from that, no.
Okay. But it might start to, or just not at all?
It's a very deeply rooted problem that he's not doing much about.
What he's saying is, are you considering him, like a friend or like
No,
something else?
I'm more asking, every single time we've gone into combat, one of the questions has always been, do you mistrust a member of the group? And you always say, yes, I mistrust Taisto. I'm saying you're now going to trust Taisto with something. If he follows through and delivers, will your character start to trust him? You don't have to like him. You don't have to, think he's competent or anything like that. It's more, do you trust Taisto to do something and do it well if he follows through with this? That was my basic gist.
No, it's more of a necessity.
It's more of a necessity. Okay.
There are a lot more deeper issues that he hasn't really been working on.
They need a whole hack just for these two.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't have the time.
This is anime, it's a shonen. You can just, have a big epic fight and then in the middle of
We
it,
have an
meet up.
entire arc in the middle of a fight, yes. Flashbacks and flashbacks, and it's flashbacks.
It doesn't
I
have to
love
be.
it when they...
Doesn't even have to be an arc. Like in a shonen anime, usually it's just all hope is lost, and you do a big speech and beat the bad guy, and everyone's friends. Doesn't matter what happened before.
Unfortunately for this writing, I'm actually treating Kagayaki like a person, so...
Fair enough. Cool, okay, that's fine. So you're going to have to trust Taisto with something, that's why you're a bit afraid, and you might be sort of holding back a little bit, but you take on board Tall Guy's advice. I'm going to have to give these guys names. I think the Tall Guy is probably going to be called something like Bruce. The nerdy-looking guy is going to be called Felix, and the woman is going to be called Rachel.
Tatiana.
Oh, Tiana. Okay, Tiana's fine. I can use Tiana.
But aren't they supposed to be Finnish? What's wrong with Matti and Teppo? And
What's wrong with what? Sorry, I think you coughed.
Matti, Teppo and Saara.
Gesundheit.
It may be
I picked
that
those are easy to pronounce names as well. You have no excuse.
it may be that they're Finnish, but for an international audience, I think we're gonna have to go with Rachel, Felix, and Tiana.
Who can forget my favorite Japanese name, Spencer?
Yes, the best Japanese name. Let's not forget Marcus. It's one of the greatest Japanese names there is.
Marcus is at least close. Spencer doesn't even scratch Suguru.
There's an S.
There is an S. That is true.
That's literally it. Yeah.
There's also an R. To be fair, there's also an R.
Not
It's
even
true,
that.
Simon, but yeah. Ugh.
Cool. So we've
Well
got
then,
Bruce, Felix, and Tiana here. So
Felix.
yeah, it's you're accepting what Bruce is saying to you, that you need to rely on the others more, not just have all of these tasks for yourself that are overwhelming you.
It'd be so much easier if Shigeki was on our side.
Cool.
Oh, someone I know for a fact can actually keep up with me.
Cool. Well, we'll cut back to Taisto and Sonia now. You've been walking for a bit, talking more about the prophecy. What is your next steps? What are you going to do now? Or are you going to still continue your conversation from before as the more that you want to explore with that Taisto, Sonia?
Well, Sonia is just going to follow Taisto. I don't think there's anything deeper to unpack here, maybe? Well, if you want, we can explore, but...
I think we were, at the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
And we were on our way to have a chat with Kagayaki about the next steps.
Okay, cool. So maybe as Kagayaki is leaving his science trio, he sees Sonia and Taisto sort of walking down one of the cobbled streets that's still intact. It's like a nice sunny day in Icon City. We see several younger Digimon walking past Taisto. We see some Hawkmon and a little Fascomon walking by, talking to each other as Taisto and Sonia pass them. We see in the background Sealamon frying some fish in the middle of town, and we see one of the dark area Digimon children, like a black Gabumon, trying to start up a newspaper business, and he's like, extra, read all about it, and he's like holding up a newspaper and like trying to get people to buy it off him. Yeah, and you see Sonia and Taisto walking down, probably across one of the little bridges that they've put in, with a little stream down the middle of the city, and they're just walking over that bridge, and you come out of your home, Kagayaki, and you see them out of the corner of your eye. Just the people you were looking for.
Yeah. Oi! You! Hi!
Omae!
Samano!
Jesus.
One sec, let me turn back on the English dub. I think the settings changed.
Yeah, Phil done it! Alright, so I need you and Dr. Dukemon to...
Oi. Really close to, Anyway.
Be nice.
Yeah, I think Taisto and Sonia are, approaching from some direction, walking together. Taisto looks sullen, and Sonia looks, I don't actually know. Yeah. And Kagayaki was with 3 scientists or something?
Yeah, he was. They've remained inside, though. He sort of stepped outside his home.
Alright, so we have about 5... we got about 5 million things to worry about right now, and I obviously can't take it all on. So, I am taking the scientists, and one of the old chosen ones, and we'll start moving towards Dark Zone, so we can... Dark area. Dark Zone is from Vanguard. Dark area, so we can retrieve their equipment, since I'm the only one with a pocket dimension, which will make getting the equipment here significantly easier. You guys have to gather up with the rest of the Chosen Ones and start actually drilling them for information, get everything you know, get all of the wizards in the town to help you. We need information on where Diablomon is, everything we know about him, period. Everything we know about Higeki and how his power...
There's a Digimon called Nemosinemon who has memory vials that contain the backup copy of the old digital world. And he is the key to Caramon's plan, or well, the new Chosen One's plan. Caramon also has some kind of a machine where he has trapped some sort of a huge Digimon and is torturing it, and apparently that is also important for Caramon.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the guy. Oh man.
Yeah, poor Gaiamon. I thought we were about to save Gaiamon.
Because I'm not sure, but he's something of a scientist as well, you see. And apparently he has this done. So yeah. Anything else you need us to do?
Get all the information. Get all the wizards to help you guys piece it together properly. Like, I note down everything you are not certain works, so I can take it when we get back. Anything they may not have told us is also important. Hell, if when you're done, fucking information on Yggdrasil will also suffice. Oh, fuck, right, there's something I gotta do before I leave. Get the old Chosen Ones to meet me. Over at the... What's the best place to cast magic here?
Mummymons?
Over at Mummymons, there, over at the library. Kagayaki has decided that he's going to use the device to anchor them in place instead. By the way.
Okay, so you're going to use the device for that instead of...
Yeah. We'll find another way for him, but this is an immediate problem.
Okay, cool.
And he's also not going to tell them that the device was the only concrete way of getting someone's life back, because they already have enough on their shoulders.
Yeah, so I think
we just had a talk about secrets. That's funny. Fun timing.
Yeah, so you spend some time dismantling the device that Higeki has made, and sort of repurposing it, getting its sort of coding to line up with how the digivices are coded, and sort of use the digivices and the machine to set up an anchor point for, you know, the chosen ones. And this was to sort of separate their dependence on their partner Digimon. Is that right?
No, it was so Keramon can just snatch them.
Oh yes. Sorry. Yes. So yeah, you gather them all in Mumimon's house. They're a bit confused why you've called them out. We see like Yutimio's like eating an entire pie to himself as he comes in. He's got cherry all over his face. We see like Stella's sort of she's sort of holding like a little action figure in her hand. She's playing with the little baby Digimon in the city. And obviously Einari's already here, bedridden, so he doesn't have a choice in the matter. I think maybe he's got out of bed and sort of carried himself over to wherever it is you guys are meeting, maybe by the fireplace in Mumimon's house. what does setting up the machine look like? Like, what does this new machine you've put together look like that anchors them?
I'd assume it's connected to the ground now instead of a Digimon.
Mhm.
So he has a similar looking machine on the ground. He asked them to form a triangle around it since they are 3. He has the symbols, he has this, he has that. And when he activates it, the device launches 3 beams towards one for each of them. And it basically replaces their it just what's the word? It just makes them stick to this plane in terms of portal, like, so he can't open a dimension portal behind them and slap them in. I think that's how it should work.
Okay, so we see that on the screen. The device lights up. Could you give me a quick wield your powers roll, just to see how it
Perfect.
goes?
Time to kill! 2d6 plus 3. 13!
Yeah, you do it. The machine goes off without a hitch. It registers the Digidestined, syncs them to this plane, and anchors them via the Digivices, preventing them from being sort of teleported via portal anywhere, but on this plane. They look a bit confused after it happens. They sort of have glowed weird colors, and then like the silhouette behind them just sort of like snapped into place around them. Stella's like, I feel weird. What's going on, Kageaki? What is this device you've designed?
It's a way to prevent Diablomon from sneak opening portals below you again and just taking you away while we're not looking.
He can do that? Oh my.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't do it to you too. I think fuck you forgot.
Maybe he saw what we changed our minds or something. Maybe he only needs 2 of them. Well, she like scratches her head. Either way, I'm really happy that at least we got Eutimio and Inari out of there. Higeki seems a bit changed, she says. Something's not right about him.
Yeah, I noticed. And when we need you guys to help go over to Diablomons, I can just sever the connection there and allow you to be teleported again.
Alright, they say.
For now, you can't multiplanar travel.
Eutimio's like still stuffing his face with pie, and he's just like, well, that's a good thing, really. The last time that I fell through a portal, it was not fun. I landed on my face chasing after my Digimon. He like bites into some more pie. Einari is like, yeah, I don't think I could face him again after what happened. Higeki seems too far gone. He's not the same Higeki that we knew when we were in the digital world. Something's different about him. Something's wrong.
Diablomon got him his master manipulator, in case you haven't noticed.
But Higeki would never be like this. Einari sort of is adamant. He's like, yeah, he wanted to, not be overshadowed by you anymore, and he constantly mentioned you as someone he looked up to when we were in the digital world, Kageaki. In fact, he called you his hero. He never stopped talking good about you, and he'd always say, what would Kageaki do in this situation while we were in the digital world? We'd always like mock him for it, but he'd always come up with a solution and get us through. But something's changed. He just seems to absolutely hate you now. I don't know why or what changed, but something's different. I don't know what it is.
Also, he had legs before. I don't know what happened with that.
That was actually the follow-up question. Like, was that pre or post-accident, Higeki?
That is post-accident Higeki.
Oh.
So we saw flashbacks previously, and I think Sonia probably saw these in the memory vials. That everybody died except Higeki. Higeki went into a coma, and so when he appeared in the digital world, he was little more than a hologram, and he couldn't actually interact with the world unless he fused with his Digimon. The way that they're putting this is that he's a completely different person to who he was when he first came to the digital world.
If that's post-separation Higeki that you met, then that means that Keramon, Diablomon at this point, sorry for the dead name, well, he's a master manipulator. He's also a master of the arts now. So it's not too hard to believe that he either got the assassins on his side, since they have similar goals, he could be using them, or he himself further brainwashed Higeki. God, fuck.
Well,
yeah,
Higeki's been like this since he joined us, says Einari. The moment that his memories got restored, he sort of just snapped and started talking about how much he's going to beat you and how he's no longer going to stand in your shadow and how he's going to, do something that mankind will remember him for without you being involved. It all started then, he says.
That makes it more possible that it was Keramon fucking with his mind. We'll have to talk about this more after I get back from my trip and I can actually sit down and research properly, right? Now I need one of you guys to come with me and the scientists. We're going over to the dark area and back. And on the way I want to try and fiddle with your Digivice. That's why I need one of you.
I think Einari stands up as if he wants to volunteer immediately, but then staggers and falls back in his chair.
Someone who can actually move.
You look over at Stella, and she looks terrified because she absolutely hates the dark area due to what happened to her there. And then you look over at Eutimio, happily munching on his pie, looking not scared or injured at all.
Eutimio it is! Friendship is over with Higeki. Eutimio is my new best friend. At this fucking point.
Eutimio's...
I mean, same is true for friendship over with Pablo. Kagayaki is my new best friend.
So funny. We're just switch partners.
Eutimio doesn't know what's really going on, but he shifts his pie forward and offers it at you, you wanting a piece of pie or something. He's very he wasn't really paying attention to what was going on. He was too engrossed in his pie. But yeah, later we'll fill him in on the details, and we'll cut across to the dark area in a few minutes. Sonia, Taisto, your friends are now safe from the clutches of Diaboromon, at least his portals. Kageyaki's next steps are to go to the dark area and sort things out over there in terms of getting the scientists' equipment and fiddling with digivices and whatnot and figuring out that. He's asked you two to sort of ask around about, anything that might be useful. Are you going to follow that, or are you going to do something else?
Well, in Dark's opinion, they need to find Nemesinemon ASAP. So getting on that would be his priority here. I don't know how. I don't think he knows how he's going to do it. Maybe by accidentally doing what Kagayaki asked them to do, but his motivation right now is to find Nemesinemon so that he can keep his promise to Einari.
Each focusing on a specific thing will make them more able to actually gather information, I guess. And that is part of finding out everything we can know about the situation, so it's still part of the plan. Basically, Kagayaki just asks you guys to do as much research as you can before he gets back. on anything relevant.
Yeah, I know.
On Google.
I'm not doing it because you asked. I'm doing it because I want
Back.
to.
Taisto is Sundere confirmed. I think as you finish your little get together in Mummymon's home, when you leave the library, I'm going to say that Sonia's the first one out the door. Sonia, you hear getting louder and louder and louder coming towards you, and you make out in the distance the fuzzy figure that is Schneimon. Schneimon is coming to the city. As Kageaki steps out, we get a zoomed in vision via his visor, and we see the expression on Schneimon's face, which obviously is usually mouth agape, looking horrific, but for the purposes of anime, we're going to say that he looks incredibly panicked and out of breath by how fast that he's moving. He is slowly lowering at an altitude, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to stop himself, and he might crash into one of the buildings.
Well, Sonia is going to evolve Pilomon into Sheepmon and send some wool bomb cushions on the way where he looks like he's going to land. You know, first things first.
Cool, could you roll to defend, Snymon?
Defend. Ooh.
That is
been a
a
while.
savior roll, I believe.
Savior.
Are you still fucked there? You're still fucked there.
-1. Yep. Do I have influence over Stymon or not? Because it's a random NPC. I forget which way it goes.
So usually,
I do not have.
all the Digimon and all of the adults and all of your friends have influence over you.
Yes, no, that's the other way around. Okay.
But because you freed him and gave him his sanity back, I'm going to say that all of you have influence over Snymon. So yes, you do have influence over Snymon.
I mean, I don't mind. Sure. Oop, let's add this in my thing.
Oh, that's very funny actually. I haven't listed influence over Mummymon for people. I'm pretty sure I have influence over Mummymon at this point.
Okay, so Savior is neutral thanks to this last minute chicanery I just did. 8 for 4. Yeah, that's pretty good actually.
Cool. So on an 8, choose one of the following. You can add team to the pool, take influence over somebody you protected. You can't really do that because you've already got it. Or clear a condition.
I do not, so add team to the pool.
Cool, we're at 2 team. But on a 7 to 9, it costs you in some way. You either expose yourself to danger or the situation escalates in some way. I'm going to say that the escalation is what he's about to tell you. Originally, it was going to be much less urgent, but I'm going to make it extremely urgent now.
You're welcome, guys.
You fucked with the fabric of reality.
So
How?
he bounces against the cushion of your cotton wool and screeches to a halt as he lands down on the ground. And he's like, Digidestin, I need your help. He screams in his very gravelly voice. It's Gyromon, he's in danger. He looks around frantically trying to find where you shot your wool balls from, and his eyes meet Sonia's. And he
Hello.
rushes over as fast as he can. He's like, it's Gyromon, he's in trouble and he's gonna get hurt.
Calm down. Tell us, how many enemies are there? How long do we have? Where do we go?
He's in the dark zone, he says.
Oh.
He's being attacked by a bunch of Digimon. There seems to be some kind of mass gathering of dark Digimon, and Gyromon was going to check it out and see what happened, but by the time we both got there, they ganged up on him and attacked. They said something about not stopping them, and then they started laying into Gyromon. He sent me to go get help, but I don't know how long he's gonna last.
Well, you heard,
Great.
boys.
Great. Okay, change of plans. Then, Einari and Stella stay here and gather info. Everyone else goes to Dark Zone.
To the Dark Zone. Yeah, let's go. Well, we're running now. I guess we're
Thankfully, I
flying
don't
around.
have to- Thankfully, I don't have to explain why the people who stay behind are staying behind. Right?
So,
You do not need to. It's fine.
so I think we have like a little montage then. If you're going straight there, I assume, unless you wanted to do something else in Icon City before going.
I mean, if it's urgent, then we're going. That's just.
Cool. We get a little montage then of Sonia flying on the back of Pillowmon, Sheepmon, sorry. Taisto flying on one of the matchsticks that Flynn Wizardmon has, and Kageyaki teleporting below them on Sanglupmon. We see them like traveling a few days travel, setting up camp where Grey Canyon used to be overnight, and eventually they get there in a couple of days' time to the dark area.
Do I manage to crack Eutimio's Digivice and get
Isn't Grey Canyon in the opposite direction from the Dark Zone, from the Icon City?
No,
no.
The way to the Dark Zone is you go via Grey Canyon up towards the Dokugumon area. Through there, you get to the forest with the Bakamon in it. Through there, you get to Digimon's place, and then through there, you get to the Dark Zone. That's the general map that I've drawn for myself in my notebook.
I'm pretty sure it was that we started from the Grey Canyon, we went to Icon City, from there we went to the forest, and that way to Digimon's town, and then to the Dark Zone. When we first stopped Ice Devimons and Panjamon's attack on Gaiamon's statue.
I mean, I recall Metal Greymon still virus mode. Still Greymon X? What the fuck?
Steel Greymon.
Still Greymon X, going directly from the canyon and wrecking everything in his way, so he would have attacked Icon City as well, if it was in between.
The way that I had it envisioned was there is like Grey Canyon to the sort of upper left of Icon City. You have in front, ahead of that is a big stretch that sort of bands across the front of both Icon City and Grey Canyon. That sort of has the Dokugumon living there, and they've set up like little spider web traps and whatnot. And it's a big sort of wasteland. And at the top of that wasteland, we have a big jungle with ghosts in it, and then we have Digimon's place after that. And we had Mummimon's lair to the sort of upper right, so it's through the Dokugumon domain still, but at the other end of the Dokugumon domain, you had where Mummimon was set up. To the right, we had Kula Coast. To the south, we had Wire Town, and you sort of had to go south through Wire Town to sort of curve round to where Kula Coast is. That's sort of what I've drawn in my notebook, anyway.
Yeah, that matches what I imagined as well, but I just thought that the direction to dark area was basically in the upper right direction instead of upper left direction.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, it's in the upper left direction in my notebook, so that's what I'm going to go off of. If it's changed, then that's my bad. But we've retconned where it is.
All right.
Cool. So you set up camp at Grey Canyon, and then in a couple of days you eventually make it to the dark area. You step through the gateway that Digimon left open for you guys, and the first thing that you see is buried in the dusty sand that's buffeting your clothes, and the sort of cool breezy wind that's sort of sending shivers down your spine. You see the sand blowing over the top of the body of a round Gairamon. His chainsaw is busted and battered, One of his horns has been bent backwards and is sort of snapped at the end. He has a very big comedic bruise under his eye. But his smile is unwavering as always. His big teeth are on show, even though he
All
seems
5
very
of them
injured.
remaining.
He doesn't look very good, and the sand is slowly burying him. What is the first thing you guys do when you see that scene?
I'd like to warp evolve, please. I can't, but I'd like to warp evolve to level 6 right away. Now, beam, boom.
I would like to use my moment of truth.
Seems now as good a time as any.
Yes, yes,
Alright, so I'll give the actual answer and I'll go towards him.
yes. We go and help.
Cool. So we see you guys rush over. We see you sort of dig him out of the sand. He sort of spits out various bits of sand. It's like there were too many of them. He like.
Who were they? Who were they?
It was a group of Digimon, some Nightmons, some Dark Nightmons, some even worse Digimon than them. There was too many of them to count. He says they all ganged up on me. They thought I was gonna stop them doing something they shouldn't be, but that is my job after all. He says, but I didn't expect this kind of reaction from them. Whatever they're planning, they don't want anyone to find out about it. He like coughs a little and some data spews out of his mouth and sort of starts trickling up towards the sky.
He's doing pretty well, all things considered. Well, you rest
Do you
now.
know where they are now?
Yes, well.
I'm not sure where they went. They sort of went back towards the center of the dark area. He sort of points towards where the center is. I first started trailing them just after Myotismon's castle, but they seem to have already travelled quite a ways at that point. He says they were muttering things about a rebellion and how they'll eventually take back what was taken from them and all that kind of nonsense that should have been stamped out ages ago. I'm not sure what they're planning, but it doesn't sound good, and it sounds like it's fueled out of hatred more than anything, he says.
Oh my god.
All right. Can you get to safety? Do you know which way to go? Can you walk or float? Garumi doesn't have legs. Almost like a Geki.
Oh, wow. every time.
Oh my god. Now you also have a friend who doesn't have legs.
Wow. Anyway,
Do
yeah,
you know what
can
that feels?
Are you
He
able
struggles.
to get to safety?
He tries to struggle to float up, and he sort of plops back into the sand, almost as quickly as he rose. He's like, I'm finding it hard to float. He says, why do I feel so heavy? I only weigh 5 grams.
What? I
Like
tried to
else.
pick him up.
You've tried to pick Garomon up, Kageyaki. You could probably lift him with like 2 fingers. He's as light as a balloon.
Oh my god, you do weigh 5 grams. Alright, then regarding you at least to Vamdemon's castle, you'll get some rest there. Are the people over at the castle okay? Are the greenhouses okay?
They seem fine, he says. They seem to be working happily and they seem to be working towards a new future of some kind, but
Oh, thank fuck.
those guys, they didn't seem to bother with the castle. When they walked past, they muttered something about Myotismon being weak and caving into the whims of the non-virus Digimon, but I don't
Talk
think
a
I want
lot.
to involve them, he says.
Okay. At least they didn't fuck anything up yet. Good. Let's get you to the castle then.
Scientist there with right.
you make your way towards the castle. Eutimio is complaining the entire time about the sand and how it's like hurting his skin and how he can't eat because all the sand's getting in his food. And how
how it's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere.
Exactly.
I was thinking it, but I wasn't going to say it.
He's complaining as well how the sand's getting into his telescope, which will make it much more difficult to use in the future for him. And you have to clean it.
Wasn't
later.
very smart.
He's not in the exact right gear either for a sandstorm. He's in like shorts with a very, very heavy backpack on, so he's like sinking into the sand with every footstep.
Okay, just throw them
I'm
in
also
my
in shorts.
pocket dimension.
He sort of clutches his bag and refuses. He says, "No, you never
And
know.
he'll go into.
You never know when you might need something in a pickle." He says.
I'm pretty sure you at least want to need the telescope.
Okay, he says, but don't wreck it. He says, my dad gave me it.
There's nothing in that dimension that can actually take it.
Yet.
Yet.
He like hands you his telescope. He says, but I'm keeping my rucksack. If I get separated from you, I need ways to survive. This has all my survival gear in it. He says. He like points a thumb at his backpack.
I mean, if you get separated, can you just...
And various guidebooks on how to survive, what you can eat, what you can't eat, various fauna and plant information. He's like listing off some stuff that would like only be useful in the human world. But he's like,
excuse my ignorance, but if we get separated, can you just turn into into a Digimon and be out of here in like 5 minutes?
It's not as simple as that. He says, I have to be reliable in order to actually digivolve. He says.
So you do share the same.
If I run off in another direction and you guys can't count on me, I can't digivolve. It should be the same for you guys.
Right, yeah.
What crests do you guys have? He says as he sort of looks over at each of you.
Knowledge, light, and courage.
What's a crest?
Did we never explain crest to you?
I don't think we have ever gone over crest.
Crest is what the color is your Digivice signs represents. Yours is courage. Sonaya's is light, and mine is knowledge.
Wait, Kageyaki is Caravan all along?
I read up on them a bit while we were at recently, and I was trying to research what the fuck was going on with Sonia.
Yeah, it was explained to us when we first came to the digital world, says Yutimio.
Oh, we didn't get shit. we found out like a few weeks ago. I found out a few weeks ago.
Well, the first thing that happened when we came to the digital world was we were confronted by Yggdrasil themselves. They explained to us that we were chosen Digidestined and that we were going to save the world from an evil corruption. Then they explained that each of us have been paired with a Digimon that is particularly inclined towards one of the 8 crests. Nine. Sorry. Well, technically 11 crests.
10 at least. Wait, 11?
11? What the fuck is the other one?
Destinies and
Darkness.
What's the 11?
miracles.
Oh, right! Miracles and Fate. Technically they
so
count.
12.
But they said
10th
that
crest is darkness.
they said
So
that
we
for
have
us
10. Yeah, 12. Yeah.
they said that for us to become true heroes and stop a calamity, we'd have to grow into our crests. It's a way to mold heroes to be the way they're supposed to be, bring out the true potential of somebody and whatnot. For me, it was reliability, because back when I first came to the digital world, I wasn't very reliable. I'd always run away and make trouble for people because of how slow I was and how much I didn't know about the place. And then I eventually grew more and more and became more reliable to the team, and as I did, my bond with my partner grew because he helped me along the way, and next thing you know, he was digivolving. I'm sure something similar has happened with you guys, he says, as he like motions towards your Digimon.
Yeah, we just didn't get shit in terms of explanation. In fact, the closest any of us has come with actually interacting with Yggdrasil was Dorumon, but let's not go into that. Apparently, we're not going into that.
Sorry,
No,
I'm eating
let's.
my wife just brought me in a cake and I'm eating a big bite of it.
Alright, because like, let's not go into that, and then nobody says anything. I'm like,
thought,
cool!
I thought you were gonna say more, so I like took a big bite of cake, and then as you said, let's not get into that, and I was like, shit.
You've been got.
It's a bit of a sensitive topic.
So finally, 4 seasons into the anime, we have an explanation about crests.
Technically, we already had one, but only
Sounds
for
like
one of them.
adventure.
Like, only
This
for
is
one of them,
literally-
because
literally just adventure call on.
everything else was self-explanatory. Light was the only clusterfuck.
It's weird, really, though, because there's only he like counts on his fingers. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 9 of us, but there's apparently 12 crests. I wonder why not all of them were filled. He says.
That's
you
funny.
bastard.
I
I
think
know what you're doing. I see
Do you?
enemy.
Do you? I do not.
don't worry about it.
I don't know what I'm doing either. I just sort of counted and I was like, hey, there's 3 unfilled. Let's fill them maybe in the future. Maybe.
I know what would be the cute thing to do.
The cute thing?
Yes.
What's the cute thing to do besides cute one?
The cute thing to do is our last moment of truth activating one of those crests.
That would be cool.
That could be cool. That could be cool.
So like darkness for Sonaya,
I
and
already
Veil
have
of
darkness.
Fates for me and Kaister.
Who knows? Maybe that'll happen in the future, guys.
Maybe.
Lord! Anyways, people are dying!
It's fine. I'm sure they'll be fine. They die all the time. That's what they like to do.
You eventually
When you really think about it, they don't actually die.
You eventually make your way to Myotismon's or Vandemon's, which is the one you prefers, mansion. The Dark Lizardmon, who usually guard the door, let you in. They know that you're friendly and not going to attack anything. And I think we see a small Drachmon approach you. Oh, good, Digidestined, you're here. Myotismon's currently having dinner in the hall if you'd like to join him. I'll set you a table. I'll get the Vegemon to cook you something up, he says.
Sadly, we're not here on a friendly visit. We're here for business somewhere else, but we're here to drop off one of our friends which needs urgent care, if you understand.
Yeah, TLDR, dropping off Gyromon for first aid, and we'd like someone to help the 3 scientists that are also with us. Get their equipment back, and meanwhile we are going to be heading after a large group of people that recently passed by here.
If you have any information on them, that would be appreciated.
Digimon pass by the mansion every day. Some of them
Dark Nightmons and other mean-looking Digimon.
Nightmons, Dark Nightmons, just a huge fucking group of people that should have passed by recently.
Also, apparently, they talk shit about you, so, you know, maybe that rings a bell.
Well, we don't really look out the window and count everybody that walks past, but I'll let you know if I hear anything, Drachmon says. He, like, scratches the back of his head. I'll keep my eyes peeled. He, like, flexes the palms of his hands at you. If I see anything or I hear anything, I'll let you know, but I've not seen anyone like that around here anytime soon. But I've sort of been inside looking after everything in here. Vandemon's been quite busy, so I've been keeping track of his schedule for him. He's sort of employed me as his self-appointed butler, he says as he sort of like straightens his back. I like the position. Ever since Ice Devimon left, things have been going to pot around here, he says.
There was a weird clause there.
His name is Ice Wingmon. We are the dub. We should be using the dub name.
He's appointed you as a self-appointed butler.
Don't worry about it.
He appointed him to help. He considers himself a self-appointed butler. I cut words there, but yes.
Nobody explains him.
In that case, have the guards outside change shifts. We could ask them. It's literally their job to check out who passes by.
Sorry, you're going to the big bite of cake. Yeah, they're on a shift.
Flexing your cake in our faces.
Hey, when life offers you a passion fruit gin cake, you eat it with delight and glee. Especially when it's homemade. So, gotta appreciate my wife's cooking. Anywho, yes. So he says, yeah, they work on a shift rotation. The ones that are usually out there at nighttime, they're currently eating with my Otismon. He used to eat alone, but now he's trying to, stay up to date with everything and become the man of the people and all that. He's kind of just, he likes to talk to people and get to know what their issues are, so he's currently having dinner with them. The ones outside weren't on duty yesterday, and there'll be a couple more in the castle on their day off, I guess. He starts listing the various Darklismon that work here.
So Gyromon, when should have the group passed by?
About a day or two ago. I've been buried in that sand for a while, he says.
Alright, so we should go talk to Vamdemon then. Anyways, perfect.
Cool.
We are with Vamdemon, right? He said.
Yeah, the ones that are on the night shift usually are with Vamdemon. So I think he sort of leads you to the great food hall where you first met Mightusmon before. We see a very familiar sight of Myotismon sat at the end of a very long table, Candlemon on the table lighting things up. He has a big steak covered in red sauce on his plate that he's sort of politely eating. He has a glass of what looks to be wine in a goblet beside him. He's chatting away to several of his staff and friends. So we've got a couple of the Vegemon and Red Vegemon sat at the table. Darklismon. He's currently petting the head of one of the Devi Dramon that are his pets. And then you guys walk in, and he notices you immediately, swallows what's in his mouth, and flits faster than the eye can see to the door where you guys are, bows deeply. He says, an unexpected guest. A pleasure, Digidestin. What can I do for you today? Sit, join us, have some food. He snaps his fingers at one of the passing by Vegemon in the hallway, and he's like,
I apologize, we're not here for very long. We're just here to ask a few questions.
Oh, he says.
Yeah.
What did you do with Taisto?
He waves away. He waves away the Vegemon as he takes Taisto under his arm. I see Taisto has come down with the T-posing virus. I'll help him out of here. And he snaps Taisto's arms back into place, and he snaps out of the T-pose position.
That must be painful.
Timing.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so from the T-posing virus, Taisto.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. Am I a vampire now?
No, he just snapped your arms into place.
Yeah, we're still busy as all hell. Unfortunately, so can't really stay. We need someone to help Gyromon with first aid. We need someone to help the 3 scientists gather their equipment, and we need information on a large group of Digimon that recently passed by here and are about to make a mistake by the sounds of it.
Yes, I've heard of these Digimon, he says. It's probably best we speak alone. I don't want any of my friends here worrying themselves about what's going on outside the castle walls, he says, as he motions you out of the Great Hall. He walks across the hallway and opens a door to his study, bringing you inside. If you need first aid, look no further than myself, he says. If there's anyone who's good at reanimating and fixing things, it's me, he says. As for your scientist friends, I'll get one of my staff to go grab some of their gear for them. Let's see. He jingles a bell, and through one of the doors, we see I'm gonna let you guys decide. Actually, what Digimon would be a good sort of bellhop character for this mansion?
Noble Pumpmon.
Noble.
Oh,
Pumpmon
that's a big one, though.
Noble Pumpmon
That's,
seems more like
Shortmon.
Shortmon, like a little cake.
Yes.
Is Shortmon a virus? Does it fit here?
I don't think it is.
It's Nisa Shortmon. It's Nisa Shortmon.
Oh, Thoka.
Chocolate.
It's actually spoiled cake.
Aha!
Chocolate Shortmon.
It is a chocolate cake with a big swirly mustache and a monocle. I think maybe he gets Drachmon to do it then. He says, Drachmon, go get their things for them. I'll make sure to pay you extra this week. And he says, oh boy, more money, he says, and he skips down the hallway. One day I'm gonna manage to save up and get out of this place and all this kind of stuff. He seems very happy about himself. You guys set Gyramon down in front of him, and he begins to cast some magic over the Gyramon and start fixing buffets in the metal that sort of bend back out into the right shape and stuff. So, you're worried about a group of Digimon around these parts, are you? He says. Yes, I've seen various groups go by. I hear them bad-mouthing me. I've got eyes everywhere, you see. The sound Birdmon tell me everything I need to know. These Digimon, they're working for another lord who domains a section of the dark area a bit further west from here, he says, towards the center. Apparently someone new in town who's taken over from one of the empty seats. I'm not sure what he wants, but he seems to be amassing Digimon in his sector for some great purpose. I assume one of these parties were out recruiting more people from other sectors to his. People with a like mind, he says. He sort of snaps his fingers in a teapot, and several teacups appear. Tea, anyone? He says, as he pours himself one.
Fuck it, might as well.
Or perhaps you're more of a coffee person. I've read about that in your books, he says. I've tried to recreate the flavour. It says bitter and energizing, so I hope this is similar. He says. He snaps his fingers and there's a pot of coffee that appears beside it. Take your pick. I'm happy for you to have either.
Let's try the mystery drink then.
Oh.
The worst that could happen.
You activate your courage, Crest.
Worst case scenario, it wakes me up, right?
Kageaki, you sip the cup. This is your first shot of coffee that you've had since before you came to the digital world. I'm assuming Kageaki was quite a heavy coffee drinker in his prime, because obviously he likes to stay up and do lots of inventions and whatnot. How does it feel for Kageaki to have this sort of relapse of caffeine in his system that he hasn't had for ages?
Oh my god, this is actual coffee.
It's not just any coffee as well. It's really high quality coffee, it seems.
Wow.
You're a bit of a coffee connoisseur, but this is probably the best coffee you've ever had.
You did an amazing job, actually. That's the best coffee I've had. You didn't just get it right, you got it perfect.
You see, like, my just want to do like a celebratory out of character fist pump under the table. He's like, I'm glad that it's to your liking. It's difficult to recreate things from the human world when all you have to go off is descriptions in books and various bits of code from the human world.
Yeah, and I doubt the scientists were really that interested in telling you about coffee of all things.
Quite the
While they were
contrary,
here.
he says. They all love the stuff.
Huh.
But I wanted your approval more than anybody's, he says.
Yeah.
But anywho, this amassing of Digimon, it worries me. It's why I've not left the dark area yet.
Oh, so you can't leave?
Well, you guys did mention that I might be one of the people to reform the heavens. We haven't exactly started that yet, but I am setting preparations in motion so that someone may take my spot while I do that, he says.
Oh, that's great. I'm happy the reform works because we haven't really had time to make sure it's stable yet. We're just running left and right. Oh, thank fuck it's working.
Who did we, who was it that we said that would be in the heavens? We said Vandemon for sure, I remember.
Yeah, Mummymon as well, I believe.
We threw Mamimon and his wife as an option, but it was up to them.
I don't remember that. Remember either. We did talk about Vandemon, definitely.
I know that we mentioned Vandemon. I think we also mentioned potentially Wegarurumon and Leomon.
Yeah, it's possible, yes.
Yeah, those were those.
We also,
Mamimon, Wergarurmon, and Vamdemon were the virus types mentioned, I think.
Yeah, I think we need one of each type rather than everyone being vaccine. So I think we should go with Leomon, Vandemon, and then somebody who is data type.
We could just open up applications. Surely there are capable and trustworthy Digimon out there that we just haven't met so far.
It's obvious to me now that I think about it. It should totally be Wanyamon, like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we could use a free type as well, actually.
Yeah, I was.
Stainingmon surely is interested.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, it's a temporary solution until we get a proper system going, regardless.
Yeah, I think we'll decide who the data one is, but I think it's a good idea to put Leomon and Vandemon in charge, so you have a virus perspective, a vaccine perspective, and then a data perspective if ever we choose.
Yeah, and Vamdemon did give us his word that he won't go off the deep end again.
Well, now that the heavens are destroyed, he has more pressing things to worry about. So yeah, he sort of dumped all this information on you that there seems to be a mass gathering of Digimon in one quadrant of the dark area.
What the fuck do they even want to do now? They'll just make things worse if they go violent. Why
Well, it
can't
doesn't
they
really
just
matter.
ride the wave and be happy? Yes, all the years of resentment then again won't just go away.
Well, just
Well,
ask them.
regardless of what they want, we still need to go and meet them, and we might as well ask them then, unless you already know what they want, Vamdemon.
I can't say I do. I just know that I just know who took over, not what he wants.
Who?
Oh, who was it?
It was Felismon.
Oh no! Oh,
God!
Oh,
Damn it, Felismon!
Felismon. Who's Felismon? I've forgotten.
Felismon is Oogie Boogie. I have influence over him, by the way.
I'm sure that will be essential to this next sentence.
He was the little imp
I know.
one of the imps, and
Yeah, he was
Petit Maman.
Petit Mammon, then Oogie Boogieemon,
Yeah.
then Ferrismon.
He was Golfmon's lieutenant.
Yes.
Yes. This we know from the Backflash Hell.
That
Flashback
reminds
Hell.
me.
Not Backflash. What the fuck is a Backflash?
Pillowmon.
Flashback Hell.
Pillowmon, have you gotten your memories back yet?
That's a question you probably shouldn't ask. I'm just throwing this out there.
Alright.
That's a sensitive topic. Though I would say that she probably wouldn't help you in this regard, no. Most of the memories have been taken by Felismon, as far as I remember.
Alright, yeah.
I think the darkness that lives inside Pillowmon would know more. And obviously you've had control over that darkness for a little bit, but also you've lost control quite a bit too. So it's like a risky thing to sort of let it out and ask it questions and stuff if it's potentially just going to try and escape.
Don't stress over it. I was just wondering if turning into your ultimate form changed anything. That's all.
Not yet. Not yet.
I remember little glimpses. I remember all of my friends' faces from my past life now, she says. We were all so close. We just wanted to be free. To spread our friendship throughout the world.
If you just wanted to be free, then why isn't he just happy that you are being freed? What more does he want?
Well, he and I were pretty close before. Maybe he wants to avenge who I was. I mean, I was killed by you nonetheless, Ghostbot.
Bringing up all of these sensitive topics. There we go.
Just a moment, guys. My dog is howling and sounding very upset. I'm just going to go double check on him and see if he's okay. Just 2 seconds.
Bark. Big pork.
Woof woof.
You know, I should really make a Gordon Ramsay meme of Kagayaki being oh dear, precious with Sonya and you fucking donkey with Taisto.
That is basically what this is.
It's so fucking accurate.
That's perfect. Oh man. Let me just try. Loop. Yep.
What?
Yeah, I was wondering if by doing this, maybe Fred was...
No, it just doesn't play links all day. It didn't play any of my direct links anyways, only the queries.
Ah!
Which is why it keeps playing the wrong songs.
Man.
Or maybe just no longer accepts a metric facton of links, and that's why it keeps playing the wrong songs.
Maybe,
Because it
but
finds
that would
something else acceptable with the query.
that would suck a lot. We need to
Yeah.
find a better bot then. Oh.
At this point, we'll fucking like screen share music.
Yeah. That might be the way.
We'll just fucking screen share with someone, and they'll be playing YouTube.
All things fails, we'll sing the songs also.
Winner takes
Sing them
all.
because they can't have lyrics. Songs can't have lyrics in our game, don't you remember?
The pain of
Also,
December.
And I literally just figured out what the song for Taisto's
Alternate moment of truth.
Alternative moment of truth is going to be, and now Fred stops working. So
Typical.
yeah, exactly.
Is it going to be if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands?
How did
Well,
you
now
guess?
it is because I can't I can't share music, so now it has to be something that I can sing. So
I mean, there is something really fucking threatening about if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands, being your victory theme. Playing in the background while you beat someone up.
I'm back, by the way. Sorry about that. My
Welcome
dog
back.
is just howling at the top of his lungs. I think he must have just woken up from a horrible nightmare or something and seen the
Aww.
television because my wife's playing the new Harry Potter game and she's like fighting some wolves or something and he doesn't like animals on television screens, so he probably just woke up, saw that, and started howling. But it sounded like he was in pain, so I thought I'd go check on him.
Okay, as long as he's fine.
Yeah, he's okay. He's being a good boy now. I brought him upstairs. He's sleeping on my bed now, so he's probably very happy that he's getting a like nice soft duvet.
Nice.
So sorry, where were we? My brain is skipping where we were now.
We're discussing about Pilomon's memories and then we'd leave.
Okay, cool. So yeah,
Yeah, we left on. Yeah, you Ghostmon killed me. Haha.
yeah, awkward past memories.
If it's still hard to talk about, then we can just drop it. Any chance they'd at least let us talk to them first when we get there?
Well, given the reaction they gave to your friend here, I highly doubt they're ones for negotiating and talking. They seem more of a might is right type of group.
I mean, we did make a deal back in the day. So like, he has a connection both with me and with Pilomon, which means they are potentially less inclined to just try and kill us on sight. I hope.
Yes, well, let's hope your connections can actually stop whatever it is he's doing before he makes a terrible mistake like I did, he says.
Yeah, I just wish we can find a middle solution.
I don't know what his goal is. The heavens have already fallen. Well, at least the three great angels have. No thanks. Well, all thanks to you, he says. Now we have more important things to focus on, like getting down this stupid, silly barrier, he says. He like looks outside and still sees the Dark Zone barrier up. He's like, I thought that once we'd sealed Seraphimon, it would change things, remove the Dark Zone, but it seems that this place is fixed for some reason.
If I remember correctly, Digimon was going to try and break the barrier, but then he was interrupted and he never tried again for some reason.
Digimon?
Digimon, yeah, he was...
Isn't Digimon the one that's keeping the barrier up?
Exactly, yeah, he was going to demolish the barrier, and then the whole mess with Sekamon happened. And then he just never tried again.
But we should have a chat with Digimon when we get back.
Yeah, he's on our way anyways.
But I think right now we need to go and meet Talisman, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, go prepared. His underlings don't seem very friendly, he says. They seem to be searching for not only people to join them, but items and various discarded materials from the wastelands too.
So...
Yeah, preparing something big, if I understand right.
Let's go with the hope.
Well, it's not like we can plan anything to overthrow a big army all by ourselves anyway, so...
Yeah, let me prepare a white flag just in case. Like, if they seem aggressive, I'll raise it and then we'll see how they react.
Well then, let us go! Time skip!
Okay, cool.
Transition.
We have a little montage of you guys bustling through the storm, scarves up around your mouths, goggles over your eyes, visor down. Sonia's like pulling her hat and keeping it close to her head. And we see like Utimio like completely unprepared for this situation, forgetting how the Dark Zone was. He's just in his shorts, like no goggles at all, like trying to like get the sand out of his eyes as he's like moving forward with his hand outstretched and stuff. Like it's like a bit of comic relief for the screen. And we eventually reach the next sector. It's sort of marked in a way. It's sort of like another sort of black force field separating the two zones. You can sort of feel it as you walk through. The sort of it feels like water pressing against your face as you walk through it. And in this zone, there is no wind. It's pretty still. The ground is more solid and firm. There's sort of actual buildings here. There's machinery, sort of steampunk and clockwork in nature, whirring away. We see sort of up in the sky is like a big blimp flying around, Blimpmon, probably.
Oh my god.
We see like the houses actually have electricity. You can see the lights on inside.
Wow, they work fast. Wow.
Oh, after
took
we're done
us-
And as you walk through the city streets, you eventually happen upon the city centre. There's a big sort of spire, castle-looking thing in the sort of far distance, and in the centre of town, you see a sort of legion of various forms of Skull Knightmon, Dark Knightmon, and Deadly Axemon in their various forms, sort of doing practice marching with like a drill sergeant sort of running them through the drills.
Oh boy.
I'll let you guys decide who the drill sergeant is. But yeah, the sort of
Tactimon, yeah.
Cavalier
that's,
mode.
Cavalier mode.
preferably
Cavaliere.
somebody of like an ultimate type level. Cavalier mode might work. But yeah, he's sort of like drilling them through their marching ranks and formations and stuff, yelling out various things, and they sort of shift formation and change into different shapes and whatnot with their ranks. They seem to be training quite intensely. You see through one of the windows, there's like a small group of Digimon inside. You see like a black Gatomon, a black Gabumon, and potentially like a Devidramon in there, sort of having dinner. You see various other Digimon, like Solarmon and Hagurumon here as well. That are sort of just floating around and like slotting themselves into various machines and spinning around inside them. Yes, I said Devidramon on the first try. I've been trying really hard. Thanks for noticing. One day I'll introduce Dark Dramon and he'll be Devidramon. Yeah, so
Just to spite us.
it looks like everybody here is pretty peaceful, aside from the army drill that's going on. You also notice that like down the streets there are various other marches going on without Nightmons in them. There's various other Dark Digimon, preferably of the champion and up sort of levels. You've got Dark Dramons, Black Gatomons, Black Garurumons. You've got a couple of Devimon in there. They're all doing various marching, much worse than the Nightmons can do. But they're also training. It seems like this is a very advanced but military-ish city, if that makes sense. Much something that you wouldn't expect to see in the Dark Zone at all.
Okay, so do we try for one of the houses which seem more friendly, or do we just go to one of the marchers?
Just take us to your leader.
To the Dark Knightmon stage.
Yes.
Well, if I had to guess, I'd say the
Leader.
castle in if I see the castle in the distance, is probably here where we need to go. But
Yeah, but we can just march in, especially not when they're potentially hostile.
I mean, we're the chosen ones, so I'm pretty sure we can just march in.
That is not the point. The point is we need to...
And thus starts walking in the direction of the castle.
Taisto, for the love of fuck, this is why I don't trust you.
you don't trust me? Revelation.
So Taisto's walking in the direction of the castle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, I'll just fucking call out to them at this point.
Castle.
You like march through the city centre where they're doing all their marching. Are you trying to not be seen by them, or do you just not care? You just keep walking.
I would try to be sneaky, but I'm sure.
I would fucking call out to them at this point. It's better to make ourselves known.
Yeah, I'm still hiding.
Hey guys!
No, I'm not hiding.
Okay, so I think the cavalier mode sees you, the drill sergeant. He's like, "You there! Halt!" He like raises his javelin and points it at you.
Please call.
And before
Hello.
you know it, like literally, like about a group of 10 Skull Knightmon have surrounded you, and they're pointing their javelins at you.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Right?
Identify
Take us to
yourselves.
Your leader.
We've been told that humans are not permitted in this city. Only danger follows where they go. He says, "It is our duty to keep this city safe and build it up strong so that we may reclaim what is rightfully ours in the motherland."
Yes. Yes. Hello everyone. I'm Daisto, one of the chosen ones, and we're here to have a chat with your leader.
I am under strict instruction to not allow any chosen one anywhere
Oh come on,
near
just
the castle.
just take us to Felesmon already.
I don't like your
Just
tone,
want to have
boy.
a chat.
Okay, Taisto, shut up. Okay, hi. We're also here.
No, I'm hiding.
Well, I still have Eutimio next to me, so it's still us.
Right. I guess it's still. I guess the boy is here. Yes.
Oh yeah, don't mind him. He's a bit of an idiot. Yeah. So we're old acquaintances actually of Felesmon, and we heard about this whole thing, and we were hoping we can actually get to talk to Felesmon, see what's going on, see if we can help. Ideally, with as little violence as possible.
I apologize, young squire, but as I mentioned, I am under direct orders from Felesmon himself to not allow any chosen children to set foot anywhere near his plans. You are to
That's a
turn
great-
around and leave now.
Okay,
Or I
is
am
a-
to deal with you.
I'm afraid that as long as you guys are going around the dark area beating up other Digimon,
Taisto, please pause.
I don't think we can do that.
Okay, can you at least tell him that maybe he remembers me? Like, we did have a deal back in the day that he'd do his things his way and I'd do my things my way. Can you at least tell him that Kagayaki is here to talk?
Could you roll to provoke him, please?
The great thing is looking for chosen children because we are the unchosen children. You see, so.
I think my superior is +2. Yes. Roll to provoke, yes I. Perfect, +0.
As
Does
it's
my
meant to
influence...
be.
Oh yeah, my influence over Oogie Boogie doesn't matter here.
Oh.
That sounds like a bad roll. Let me have a look. 3, okay.
I do level up.
Mark potential, please.
Yes, I level up. Might as well get the final moment of truth thing. Nothing else is... nothing else fucking does anything anymore.
Fair. So yeah, I think when he says your old acquaintances, he's like, "Impossible! Our Lord would never conspire with vaccine commingling humans such as yourselves, he says.
Actually, most of my partner turns into a virus, actually.
Silence! I care not for your games. Leave this city now, or I'll be forced to take action, he says.
Look, when Kagayaki said with preferably as little violence as possible, he was trying to protect you guys. So we can't go because you're being asses. You can't let us through. So if you can't take the message and we can't have a chat with Talisman, then it's on you.
Don't attack them in the middle of their city.
Could I use Sleepmon's ability to create some sort of mist, light mist, and maybe create some sort of illusions of Taisto and Kagayaki being like, understood, we are going back home, and then going right in the direction of the exit, while the real ones might, just...
Well, Taisto spouts, that's enough.
So sorry, you want to make mist illusions of you guys comply?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're trying to trick them a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Could you... So you're trying to get them to do something. So I'm going to say this is a provoke roll.
It's true. Superior is -1. Ugh.
Well, I can't give you a team at least, since I can also cast magic.
Oops, I almost did a plus.
Okay.
Unless you both help, but I don't know how that will apply.
Well, I mean, I can definitely help with my magic, but Cosmo needs to
Well,
evolve.
we only have one team.
No, we do have two.
We have two.
two.
We got one earlier.
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, from helping Schneimon.
Naimon?
Yes. The defend roll when Snymon appeared.
Yeah, because I had influence over him. I couldn't get anything else interesting, so I took a team.
And it paid off.
Mhm.
Right?
Right. Unless you
Right.
don't want to help.
I suppose it could be seen as you acting selfishly. Can you even act selfishly?
Anyway, yeah, definitely. I was just confused. When did we even meet Snaimon? I must have.
He was the one that told you that Gyrodon was being beaten up in the Dark Zone.
Oh, I see. I thought that was Tyrannomon.
No. That was
Sure
Snymon who flew here and almost crashed into a building.
Okay. All right.
Tyrannomon no
Sorry,
longer
yeah.
exists. It's a Tricheramon now. Anyways.
So do we both help?
No. Tyrannomon isn't Triceramon. Triceramon is Trimagamon.
Is it?
Trimagamon turned into. Yeah.
Oh,
Tricheramon is the
maybe.
evolution of Dreamogimon. Pablo decided that.
Right. Of course he did. Of course.
Right. Right. Anyway, sorry about the confusion. But yes, of course we'll help.
Yes.
Both of us will help, so it's a 7. Yay.
How do you help Sonia in creating misty illusions of yourselves?
Well, we're going to help her make use of them, because the misty illusions probably won't help if we're going to be, brash and, punch people in the face. So, as we notice that she's doing something weird, we're going to help her by acting the part.
Kagayaki specifically will just enhance the illusions with magic.
Cool. So that makes it a 7. On a 7 to 9, they can instead choose one of the following. They can either stumble, hesitate, or overreact to what you do. Overact doesn't make sense because it's sort of an illusion type thing. I think they hesitate because they fall for your illusions, but only briefly. So they sort of go to sort of take you guys into custody while they're about to go, and what's the word, like tell Felismon of what they're going to do or whatnot. And then they try to arrest you, and like the hands go through the misty illusions. They're like, curses, they fooled us. But by that point, you've like ran halfway across the city. I think we see like a shot of the Cavalier mode saying, you know, after them, we need to find them before they reach the castle. And like he's like, up security on sector 52 or something like that. And he's like,
time to become
barking
Kage
to all of his minions. And we sort of see the security of the city become much more uptight. We see like pairings of Nightmons and Deadly Axemons, not Nightmons, Skull Nightmons and Deadly Axemons, sort of like marching and running quickly down each street, doing sweeps to try and find you guys. It's going to be like a lot more difficult to approach the castle without being spotted, but you've managed to evade them for now. It's a temporary sort of reprieve.
Next idea,
You guys are balling a chain.
we meld people into San Lupmon's shadow and have him try to approach, or just teleport towards there. They haven't seen San Lupmon, so he is a virus Digimon. He could make them believe that he's here to join them. Or he just, you know, we just melt into shadows all together and go from shadow to shadow.
We just approach.
Yeah, but trying to figure out how to get through the defense as well, instead of just booga booga.
There is a lot of them.
So
And while I'm sure we could take them on, I don't know how much reinforcement they do have, and we're not here to start a war after all, so it'd be better if we talk to the leader directly and avoid to rouse up any more suspicion. If we could.
I swear you guys are balling a chain. Sure, let's try it, I guess. So Kageyaki, shadows.
Shadows.
Cool, let's go.
Been a while since we did that. Last time was... When the fuck was the last time? It couldn't have been all the way to Vandemon's castle, right? Was it that?
I don't know.
No, because when you were on the way to Vandemon's castle, you were being tailed by some hungry Digimon that Zack fed. So
No, I mean, when we invaded Vandemon's castle to talk to him, was that the previous time I actually used this also stealth technique?
Potentially.
Was it that far back?
I think you infiltrated the garden, if I remember rightly, when you infiltrated Miasmon's castle.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so we become the shadow, we become the night, and that's how we begin making our way.
Cool. Could you roll to unleash your powers, Kageyaki?
I can make the attempt. So Sonaya and Eutimio are part of the role.
Yeah.
So I get the +1.
That's not how this works.
Does that work?
The move has to target them specifically to gain the +1, so you're actually technically targeting getting into the castle, which you don't have influence over a castle, I'm afraid. So
9.
just a flat 3. 9 is okay. That's good. You do it, but there is it's only temporary or unstable in some way. So I think what happens is you sort of jump from shadow to shadow, making your way slowly up towards the castle, and then you realize to actually get into the castle, they're going to need to open the gates themselves. But Sang Lupmon can sneak you under the gates as shadows. It's just going to be a bit noticeable. And at a moment where he thinks nobody's looking, he sort of shimmies out from one of the shadows and creeps towards the gates. But just as he does that, one of the Skull Nightmons, the Cavalier mode, turns around and notices one of the shadows moving under the gates. It's like, there they are, get them! And as you start rushing into the castle, we see the Skull Nightmons opening the doors and starting to give chase to you guys as well. They're on your tail, very hot. They will catch up to you if there is another sort of semi-failed roll or a failed roll. But you're in the castle now. You're within the castle gates. You're sort of in the courtyard around the castle, if that makes sense. You're currently running.
Hooray for progress!
You see there are a lot of guards on the inside as well, and just currently
that's
evading
good.
them by running. They're giving chase to you, and they're hot on your tail. What do you do?
We
I
still
can
just
do-
want to talk.
What could I do? Well, I could play the Mirage again, but seen through that, that would certainly help. I would also, hey, I do have another thing. I could create some silence. Maybe that would throw them the coordination off. You know, since they're military types, they would need to send their orders and whatnot. And if they cannot do so, it might throw them in a panic in a way that would allow us to sneak in a little bit more.
If you'd like to mute them,
Is that-
that'd be fine. But they're obviously giving chase to you right now. They can still see you. You're sort of running. You have to lose them first before you could stop them from commanding orders on each other.
Okay.
We could
Well-
cut them off with a wall of fire to hold them back while we run away, or get away, slip away. One of those words.
Do you want to do that then, Taisto?
No, because someone lowered my unique, but I guess I'll try and fail, but yeah.
What does it look like
Oh, boy.
when you try this?
Alright, so what was the scene? We were running where?
So you're in the courtyard around the castle. You've got through the front gates, and they're currently scrambling to get through the gates to come after you. There are Dark Knightmon and Axemons on the inside as well, and they're sort of giving chase to you, and you're sort of jumping from shadow to shadow or running, I guess, away from them, trying to get away, riding on the back of your Digimons or on your matchsticks or whatever.
Yeah.
And
So
they're gaining on you. They're going to catch you if you don't do something soon, basically.
right. So what happens is that Flame Wizardmon makes like an upward turn. He gets some height, then he does an awesome butterfly flip in the air where he grabs his matchstick and swings it wildly, creating this stream of fire on the ground that bursts into a wall of flame that keeps the Digimon back as he finishes his flip and lands back on the staff to fly in the direction that wherever we're going. Yeah. So throwing a wall of flame back at the Digimon to keep them at bay, while the rest of us try and escape or slip away.
Cool. So could you roll to unleash your powers, please?
I'd rather not, but I guess I don't have a choice.
You gotta remember, just get good at rolling dice.
True, definitely. Yeah, I don't have. There's no way for me to cheat at this. No. I could put on my game face and then mark angry, and I would get to +2. No. Let's go. Please don't be a fail. Oh, it's definitely a miss.
Oh, that's a big one. Oh.
Mark a potential.
Please no.
March ever closer to your death, Taisto. No,
I'm 8 away from dying.
And I'm 2
Oh,
away
shit.
from not being able to level.
you
I can't level.
you cast fire at the ground and create a barricade between you and the Nightmon. You think that you've cut them off, when suddenly the ground beneath your feet explodes, and you get sent flying up into the air. I would like everybody to take a powerful blow, please.
Yeah.
Is it by a force stronger than I?
Yes, it is by a force far stronger than you.
Okay. Yay.
Then I want to succeed.
Man, 8 is not good.
Was it plus savior actually?
But 12 is decent in this.
12 is...
Still haven't actually traveled, never give up, never surrender over to my roll plus savior, yeah. 10! I also succeed.
Okay, so Kagiaki, Taisto, you both succeed in your, never giving up, never surrendering. Can you tell us how you stand strong, and which option you choose from your list? And Sonia, can you tell us why you didn't stand strong, and which option you're going to take from the Take the Powerful Blow menu?
I would like Eutimio to also roll to take a powerful blow.
We'll see how Eutimio fares afterwards.
Okay. So, well, while I'm at it, I might as well describe how she doesn't stand up for the others. As Taisto was trying to do his thing, she got distracted by the others, the other Nightmon and General Guard coming in another direction, and thought that maybe she could take this opportunity to send wool balls in their direction to put some of them to sleep, or at least hamper the vision a little bit. But by doing so, she turned her back right the moment where everything went south and got blown away unexpectedly, from behind, thus making her attack also fail to connect.
Cool. Okay, and which option did you choose?
Yeah, good question. I'm still give ground. Yeah, give ground is the most logical one. I could struggle past the pain, but yeah, it's fine. Give the opposition an opportunity against me, poor little me.
Cool.
Buck, how did you die?
I'll tell you about the opportunity in a second. Kagiaki,
He's going to tell me.
How did you stand strong against this explosion that happened beneath your feet?
Alright, can I see what the fuck happened before I decide?
Yeah, so when the explosion happens, you manage to scan briefly with your visor something in the sky that shot down at you. And while you're like flying up into the air, it's like quickly loads across on your visor. It brings up information about a Digimon named Gigadramon.
Oh my god, they are genociding us. Right, so
I'm sure it's fine.
So he shot the ground and the cell exploded.
Yes.
That's what happened.
He shot the ground beneath your feet and exploded, and it shot you into the air.
Alright. Let's see. I should really move Never Give Up, Never Surrender to my page.
Oh, you don't have it yet. I can do this. Never give up, never second. Copy.
I don't have it, right? I'm not fucking blind. Yeah, I don't have it.
You never moved it across.
Copy. If I call paste up. Oh no, I guess that's it. There we go.
Oh, you stand strong and choose one. Get an opportunity or opening. Rally from the hit. You keep your attack open. I will. I mean, I'd like to help Sonia with my choice, but we haven't decided what the fuck happens to Sonia yet, so I don't think I can.
Yeah, you can't help Sonia out of this until the consequences happen to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doomed.
Can she go first?
This is
So I can help.
this is all happening simultaneously, so no.
Alright, in that case, I will rally from the hit to add the team to the pool. Or it explodes me upwards. I'll use my tentacles to Spider-Man my way back into solid ground. And use momentum to actually put more distance between us,
Cool.
I guess.
We'll add team to the pool then. You got one team. How about you, Taster?
I think I'm going to keep the attacker's attention. So as it's Giga Drummond, did you say?
Yes, Giga Drum.
So as Giga Drummond exploded the ground beneath us with genocide attack. Taisto and Flame Wizardman were already in the air, and they get blasted up. And Giga Drummond like swoops down and grabs Flame Wizardman in his one of his clawed hands, and Taisto is hanging off the side of the same claw, trying to hold on as Gigadramon becomes occupied by the two of them.
Cool. And then we see Sonia. The blast pushed her forward. She went through the flames and ended up on the other side, where she's greeted by a bunch of Nightmon and Deadly Axemon. She seems hurt. She's a bit bruised from where she landed. And the Nightmon, the Dark Nightmon, Skull Nightmon, I was getting them mixed up, grab her by the arms and put shackles on her wrists. They sort of restrain Sleepmon as best they can as well, wrapping her in chains and putting a literal iron ball onto her so that she can't float.
Oh. Well.
They do it really fast as well. Like, it's like military precision how quickly they chain you up. You're currently restrained now, Sonia, on the other side of the fire from where everyone else is. What do you do in this situation? What is Sonia's reaction to being isolated and chained up almost immediately?
She sighs. It's par for the course, I suppose. But she is not giving up just yet. She is being separated from the others, but how many Digimon are on my side versus how many Digimon are on their side?
So on their side, they have technically Gigadramon flies, so he can be on either side. They still have several Digimon on their side as well. There'll be Dark Knight, Skull Knightmon and Deadly Axemon and Cavalier modes in various places that are on the other side of that firewall. They just haven't sort of ran to the scene yet. On your side, you have a lot more Skull Knightmons and Deadly Axemons. You probably have like a big angry mob that chased you in here, so it's probably also the like Dark Dramons and Devimons and whatnot that were on the street, saw what was happening and started following too. So there's far fewer enemies on the other side of the fire, basically, whereas you're caught in a big mob, basically.
Well,
I think you hear several of them yelling stuff about get out of our city, we don't want you here, you're only going to make things worse, and all this kind of stuff. And they obviously don't like the Digidestined, and have been told that they're not a good thing when they come to your location.
I would try to talk with you one by one. I'm afraid I'm all out of patience, sadly. Congratulations, you've caught a Digidestined. Sadly, I'm afraid you've been wrongly informed. Just chinning one of us like this is far, far from enough to stop us from getting what we want. You should have yielded to my friends earlier. You should have let yourself be fooled. Sadly, I'm afraid it's not going to end well for you now. Good question. One question. I see in my things beyond my moves, above my moves, that I still have a hold from last time. But do holds carry on from scene to scene, episode from episode, or do they not? Like from the holy power and whatnot. I'm not sure about that.
Hold doesn't.
Hold doesn't.
Hold is for the scene that you're in.
Hold is for the scene.
Yes, it's been for the scene for a while.
When it's something like +1 forward, that is to your next roll whenever it is, basically.
Okay. Well, I could go for. Wait. So they're all on me, so I can defend them. Or would my action count as a? Let's say if I incapacitated all of them, would that count as me? Preventing them from reaching my friends and thus defending them, or is that defending is more of an immediate thing? Like
defending is more of an immediate thing.
Yeah. I was afraid so. Like I try to see the most optimal way to go to do this without going berserk, but
perhaps
I might have to.
Out of it, potentially.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Can I? Well, I could always charge try and charge my holy power, and then go for a blast.
How do you charge it without them noticing that you're doing that? Because I think the last time that we described this charging, it was a visible thing that people could see. It was a bright light charging in your digivice. You started glowing yourself and whatnot.
Okay.
That's very
so
noticeable.
by talking and monologuing, I hope to attract their attention and play on the fact that they don't know how Digidestin work very well and that they're scared of us. And I'll intimidate them. I'll just point my finger in the air and see, we Digidestin always have a one or two trump cards just in case. Point toward the sky, look towards the image of Sleepmon, or maybe something even greater, but that would turn out to be just an illusion, actually, hopefully. Just so they can focus on the air to something that's not important, so that she can charge up unholy aura of darkness, light darkness. Yeah. Just make them look at the sky and hope they're dumb.
So is that sort of you doing powerful aura?
Well, I'll plan on doing a burst then. Once I actually charge. I charge the aura and then I boop. Yeah, that's.
Oh, so it's more you're actually hitting them with the burst, not using a powerful aura.
Yeah.
I thought you were sort of emitting an image of Pillamon that would strike fear into them and hold them back. But yeah.
No. That's to distract them from me charging the aura in the first place, since so that they don't notice that I'm up to something right now.
Right.
That they should. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know what I should roll for deceit.
So if you're trying to trick them, it's a provoke roll. But if you're trying to actually, so if you want to use your holy powers, you could hold them back with an aura. You could burst them and attack them, or you could trick them with these illusions by provoking.
Yeah,
your choice.
But I mean, well, I just wanted to charge my aura in the first place because I don't have it right now, so I cannot burst. So I have to distract them first.
Okay, so roll to provoke then.
I will roll to provoke. Superior again, -1. And I don't suppose I gain influence over all of them magically this time around.
Unfortunately, no.
And I thought. Oh, well, that's fine.
Nine.
No. So yeah, they're being distracted while I'll charge for my next move, hopefully, and we'll see afterwards. So I'll do that next time.
So
Well, we focus on.
So wait, you rolled a 9, did you? Sorry.
Yes.
So on a 9, I have to choose one of the options. So they can either stumble, hesitate, or
That's true.
overreact. Yeah, I'll say they hesitate when they see the big image of like Pillarmon escaping or whatever that you've done with your visions. They sort of hesitate because they see see it sort of like a threat. Like they don't know what the Digidestined are capable of. Just that they've been told, keep these motherfuckers away from my castle. Basically, is all they know. So yeah, I think they're going to hesitate and give you a critical opportunity.
Hooray! So I guess I'll charge now. Yeah.
Yeah, roll to charge if you want.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm doing a lot then. 36 plus 0 because I don't have any conditions. Yeah, unless I forget a thing. Plus the conditions, yes, that's probably fine. It wasn't. So I take 3 conditions, and I hold 2. Wait, no, it's a miss. 79. No, on a miss. Yeah, no, that's fine. Hold 2 and mark 3 conditions. Okay. So the next move will happen afterwards, I guess.
Cool.
Condition.
Which conditions do you mark?
Angry, guilty for what I'm about to do, and insecure about just being the one being left out again, and putting everyone at risk. Yeah, seems about right.
Seems about right to me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I didn't catch what.
I said that sounds about right to me.
Yeah, okay. So that's fine, and then I go boom, unless everyone wants to do something else first, because I took a lot of time. I'm sorry.
Cool. So you begin.
I apologize.
Glowing bright pink, Sonia. Kagiaki, Taisto, you've sort of. We'll start with Taisto because Taisto's been picked up by Gigadramon. Flame Wizardmon has. It's in the clutches of Gigadramon's hand. Gigadramon saying, "Yeah, get out of our city," he says. "Velasmon doesn't want you here. You'll only get in the way of his plans." And he flings Flame Wizardmon from the castle, sending him flying towards the city. What does Flame Wizardmon and Taisto do in this situation, Taisto?
Well, Taisto was actually also there. He was hanging off of from the side of Gigadramon's. Is it Giga Hand? Is that the name of the thing it has?
Yeah. It's a Giga Hand.
Yeah, it's a Giga Hand. It has Giga Hands on both of his hands. So basically, Gigadramon had Flame Wizardmon in his clutches, and the Taisto was hanging off the side of the Giga Hand. So as I think Taisto actually hangs on to the Giga Hand as Flame Wizardmon gets thrown off, and he's Flame Wizardmon spins wildly through the air. Oh,
That plays for 5 seconds.
hello, Fred.
Well, he's going to perish soon, but you know, it at least found the fucking song.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. So Flame Wizardmon spins wildly through the air as he flies until he manages to kind of stabilize himself and pick himself back up on the matchstick, and blasts back towards Gigadramon to re-engage him. As Taisto, I think Taisto would hop on the Giga Hand and run towards Gigadramon's face, and he yells, "I'm afraid we can't do that. Velasmon will just have to meet us," as he ineffectively punches, the side of Gigadramon's jaw, I guess, so that his hand doesn't break.
Could you give me a roll to Digivolve, please, for that?
Okay. I think it's gonna work, but we'll see. 2d6 plus 0. Not sure why it's 5 plus 0. Oh, it's an 11. Easy.
You have no conditions. What the fuck?
Now we need to see if I might be murdering Fred. Sorry about that.
You are going to murder Fred, actually. But it's okay.
Yep.
Nope.
I get it.
Yeah, as we previously mentioned, links don't work.
Only
So how-
queries do, but yep.
You have to use a query and hope it finds a song,
Okay.
and then hope it plays a song.
Okay. In that case, just
Like Fred to Electric Boogaloo is being a thing. Yeah, that's not the remix.
But that's close enough.
it's not. But okay, whatever.
It's closer to Finn that's Digimon. So you know.
Close enough. It's a remix of the remix. Anyway, so as Flame Wizardmon blasts back, shoots towards Gigadramon, he gets enveloped in this burning light, and out emerges Mistymon with his blade raised and ready to smack a bitch. He brings it down at Gigadramon's head and tries to, smack him away.
Cool. Roll to directly engage your threat, please.
Sure thing. Yeah. It's 10.
Nice. Pick two of the options.
Sure. I'm going to take away. I'm going to resist or avoid their blows. So Gigadramon gets completely taken by surprise here, unable to defend himself, and Bicep jumps up and lands on Mistymon's back, safe from harm. And I think I want to create an opportunity for our allies. So now with Gigadramon being out of the picture for a while, hopefully the pressure from the opponent's attacks or advances is going to falter and give a chance for my allies.
Kageki, how do you take advantage of this opportunity that Taisto has presented you? He's taken away a lot of firepower from the enemy for a while.
Well, sorry, was that to me?
Yes. Taisto's given everybody an opportunity, but Sonya's obviously chained up right now.
What's Sonya doing?
She's been grabbed by the angry mob and put in chains.
I'm charging a powerful blow later on. A powerful boom.
You see her glowing bright pink, and there's like a fake vision created by mist of Sleepmon above everybody, making them very distracted.
Alright, so it looks like she's trying to do things, so I don't need to grab her immediately. I think. Is that how it looks like?
It looks like she's
It
about
should
to explode with holy magic.
Explode with holy magic. That sounds like it is not safe for the people around here. Fuck. What's your team doing?
Eating pie, as always.
Reliable.
Jutimio seems to have evolved. He's merged with his partner.
Oh, he's kicking ass.
He's like currently fighting off the dark, the Skull Knightmon and Deadly Axemons and whatnot coming from the other direction that are lesser than the ones that Sonya are dealing with, but he's sort of holding them at bay. He sort of digivolved into Tirfamon, and he's like slashing away at them with his sword.
Right, in that case, I will try and honestly, I'll fucking try and teleport away. Oh no. Just stop. I'll try and teleport
Yeah, don't
away.
mind.
the Nightmons that are adjacent to Sonya and are going to take the brunt of the blow and potentially get very, very hurt. That's what I'm gonna try to do.
Wait, you're gonna try and what? Sorry.
I'm going to try and snatch away the Skull Nightmons and Deadly Axemons that are adjacent to Sonya and about to take the blunt of the blow and potentially get very, very hurt.
Okay. Okay, that's gonna be a roll with disadvantage. There are a lot of Digimon near Sonya right now that are gonna be in that blast range.
Yeah!
I'm gonna
It is defense,
say
right?
that you are defending them with disadvantage.
Boy.
What does this look like, by the way?
5, 8. It's so, guy, you are not playing more music, by the way. God damn it. Kagayaki notices that Sonya is about to do the go boom, and has no way of knowing how sturdy the people are, and it's getting very, very worried. So like, get them. Melts into the shadow of San Lupmon. Did you play something else? Yes. Okay. Let me try to play the thing again. Pray. No. Kiseki. Casido. There we go. And so San Lupon and Kagayaki melt into their shadow, pop up in front of Sonya and start just grabbing them as fast as they can. Like, come on!
Cool. So we see you like dropping them into shadows one by one as Sonya starts charging up with holy magics. On an 8, you still
Don't hurt them too bad!
you still get to choose one of the options, but it's going to cost you. I think when Sonya does eventually explode with holy magic, it's going to hit you instead.
Oh, that's spicy. Oh, that's so spicy. Yes.
I hope you break a leg or something.
Sonya,
I will break your heart as well, apparently.
I'm not going to make you spend a hold for it because you know you didn't like you're not going to actually hurt anybody with it. But could you please roll burst as if you were going to do it to those Dark Skull Nightmon and whatnot?
Okay. Sure. Roll burst. Roll. Do. I. Plus unique. Okay. Instead of. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Well, either way would be fine, but. Then, yep, that's fine. Fine.
Which 2 options would you have chosen?
Which 2 options would I have chosen?
Takes a life. Roll me new character.
Yeah. Well, I would have liked to frighten them and create an opportunity for my allies to run away or infiltrate further, you know?
Okay, so instead you're going to create an opportunity for the Skull Nightmon to regroup, and you're going to frighten Kagayaki somehow.
That's exactly what I wanted.
Yes, you're welcome, by the way. We are a team. Never forget.
So Kagayaki, please mark afraid. If it's already marked, please mark something else that makes sense.
Alright, cool. And then I cleared because I defended.
You can't clear the same one, but yeah.
Cool. I clear afraid. I click afraid.
Cool. You stay afraid. What about Sonya's explosion scares you? I think like just as you've teleported the last one away, it explodes and the light from her crests like gets rid of all the shadows, and you reappear above the shadow and get hit by the full blast. You somehow weather it somewhat. You sort of cushion yourself.
Okay,
but
I can't.
It scares you.
Alright, so let me try and describe this. So, as he gets the last directly endangered person in, he turns around to tell Sonia to like go easy on them. We're not trying to. Immediately, she goes to explode in his face, and he tries to. People. God damn it, Fred. He immediately tries to cast the Undyne and the Fireball spell together to do a bit of a steam explosion to weather the blow, and he's just flinked to the fucking wall instead of dying. Oh! You know, you could have killed someone with that. And because he realized that she could very well have killed someone with that, he is now afraid.
Why you?
They are more confused than malicious. Let's not go over the top.
But
Oh my God.
it would be fine. You're right. You're right. But why did you have to go?
Had a few seconds to think. Sorry about that. My bad.
Fine then. I'll try another way then. What's the current situation? So they regrouped. You said all the enemies.
Yeah, they regrouped.
Are they at least more confused now that they saved a lot of them?
I think they're confused about what happened, but they sort of get back into formation and back away towards the castle gates. They're basically very what's the word, like weary of what you Digidestined can do. And you can hear one of the Skull Nightmons barking about getting reinforcements. What do you do?
Guys, excuse me real quick, but can we, like, have one more... Bye, Fred. Can we, like, just one more time try to explain to you that we're just here to talk? As I put my ribs back into place? Please? Like, you should have heard at least something about us fucking up the angels, trying to fix the situation for the virus type Digimon, right? At least some sort of rumor, like... We don't have to fight.
I don't think they listened to you, Kageaki.
Yeah, I don't think I either, but I
All
have
we've
tried.
been told is that everywhere the humans go, destruction follows. All you want is a compromise. We want to take back what's ours. They sort of retreat back through the gates, which promptly close behind them. You hear talk of reinforcements, and you know they're at the gates and all this kind of stuff, and like you hear lots of commotion behind the castle walls. Taisto, Gigadramon sort of regrouped himself. We see him sort of brush off the sort of soot that's on his body now, and he's like, "Listen, kid, if you don't leave, I'm gonna have to hurt you real bad," he says, and he like punches his claw hand into his other claw hand, and he says, "I don't want to hurt you. I'm just following orders, trying to keep this town safe. Fellasmon don't want to see you. Deal with it," he says.
Unfortunately, Fellasmon has to deal with not wanting to meet us because we're gonna see him whether he wants it or not. Stand aside or suffer the consequences.
You see him sigh, he puts a claw to his head and pushes something on the side of his head. He seems to mutter something beneath his breath, and you make out, buy him some time. And then he pushes the button on his side of his head again. He cracks his head to one side and says, "Right, guess we're doing this then." And he flies up into the air and screams, "Genocide attack!" and unleashes a barrage of missiles from his hands. And they shoot towards Mistymon. What do they? What does Mistymon do to dodge these genocide attacks?
Nothing. But what he's going to do is, seeing that the missiles are launching towards him, Mistymon raises his hand at them, and the missiles stop in midair as these like runic circles appear to surround them, and then they explode midway on their way to him as he prepares to counterattack.
And what does your counterattack look like?
The sky between the air between Mistymon and Gigadramon is filled with these clouds of burning air, or these like explosions. You know what gasoline fires look like. They're in every movie. Like the whole sky is filled with that, and through these burning clouds, Mistymon cuts through and charges at Gigadramon, who is hopefully gonna take it like a champ and go down like a bitch.
Cool. Roll to directly engage a threat, please.
Sure. I'm decent at this, so this should be. That's a 9.
9.
Cool.
I think I want to resist or avoid their blows. So, yeah. Well, I basically just explained it, the whole thing. So, Mistymon cuts through these burning clouds, and again, Gigadramon is like "Nani" as Mistymon closes in for a swing.
Cool. He takes it like a champ. Gets smashed in the side of the head, and gets sent flying down towards the ground. He gets caught by another Digimon, a Megadramon, who then promptly throws him back up. You see Megadramon isn't focused on you. He beelines towards the front castle gates.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them. Sorry, couldn't get this.
Fred couldn't take it.
No, clearly not.
Gigadramon flies back up towards you, yelling, "You call yourselves heroes, but look at you attacking a defenseless city! How dare you come here and attack us and infiltrate our ranks?" And he...
For a defenseless city, you sure have a lot of defenses.
His defenseless to Digidestin.
I don't know.
He extends his arm, and his Giga hand detaches and shoots forward. It slams into Mistymon's chest and grapples him, and then pulls him in really close. You see his wings flap and turn red as the metal on them heat up massively. The air around him begins to shimmer like a mirage, and you see Mistymon begin to sort of scream in pain. "Guilty wind," he says as he flaps his wings. There's like 2 big red heat waves just slam into Mistymon from either side. He's gonna take a powerful blow, please.
Okay, I guess.
This is going great,
But
guys.
why? I resisted or avoided his blows.
Because
Oh no.
this is a completely different move.
We're
Okay. Well,
we are very well coordinated. We are a fantastic team. We know exactly how to deal with the situation. So why is this not going great?
We're doing everything well.
all right.
We are even fucking sabotaging one another.
What?
I'm talking about me sabotaging Sonya's move.
Right. I think we are going to struggle past the pain. So as we get a close up of Mistimon struggling in the wake of these waves of heat that slam into him, and we see Taisto cowering behind his back, gritting his teeth, because he's still on Mistimon actually, I think, and shield using Mistimon as a shield against these heat waves, and the two of them struggle there, but grit their teeth and keep their
Not even a minute. Sorry.
and try to maintain their composure as Taisto mutters something like something in the vein of, yeah, for a defenseless city you sure have a lot of defenses, not to mention that you guys they are the ones who started this by bullying and beating up innocent Digimon. Of course we have to get involved, and their resistance to or them not letting us solve this peacefully is really starting to get on their nerves. I'm going to mark two conditions: angry and guilty, maybe, because we kind of did escalate it a bit, but mostly on them. They could do nothing wrong with the chosen ones and their conduct ever. Ever. But yeah.
We asked you peacefully to leave. You're the ones
And
that
we
brought
asked
this
you
upon
peacefully to take
yourself.
us to your leader.
You brought this upon yourself, he says. You think that you're so high and mighty that you can just walk into someone else's city and make demands of them? We don't answer to you, he says. He's lowering your superior, raising your unique. Do you accept that?
Yes. I take it.
So you accept
Yes.
that.
Understood. We live.
You accept that you've overstepped your bounds and done something.
No. No.
Do you see the problem?
Oh, by the way, since it is actually getting relevant, I didn't know that whole Discord scene. I thought it was, until you use it. So I picked my last move from a different crest there when it matters, thinking that I could hold it for longer than one scene. It doesn't really make sense when it's just one scene.
So
and I would have picked something else if I knew about that.
So
I know what I would have picked.
So it's less about one scene. Sorry, it's more like one session you can hold for.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Hold is more like you hold it for a session. If you end the session, you lose all your holds. In the same way, like team works. So you have X amount of team. If the session ended, the next session you would have one team again, and you'd have to redo your team. It's sort of, you just hold it for as long as it makes sense, rather than hold it between sessions, because no one's going to track it between sessions. The +1 forward.
I was tracking it between sessions.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to track it between sessions. It's hold definitely only lasts for the session at the very least. It does not last forever. If that makes sense.
I didn't know that. I thought it was forever, because I definitely do not get enough use out of there when it matters. If it's just for if the hold lasts only for one session.
Well, if you
But
don't
at least
get
we
enough,
don't have a dead on arrival skill.
if you don't get enough use out of it and you don't like the skill you've chosen, I'm more than happy for you to change it to something else.
All right,
If you'd
because
like
I
to.
would have taken, in that case, I would have taken I don't care what you think from the love playbook,
Okay.
which is that rejecting is +2. Yeah, but unfortunately, yes, I was gonna do this after the session, but since it's come up now, so I wanted to get this out of the way.
Sure, no worries.
No, unfortunately, I would so love to take it. I would fucking love to take the raise unique and lower superior, but in this case I cannot because definitely can't because I'm pretty sure that we're in the right. We have a duty to the digital world to make sure that these kinds of uppity little warlords don't go about throwing rebellions that is going to cause misery and suffering. So we need to deal with these kinds of things, and since it's explicitly our responsibility, it kind of comes with the territory that we waltz in and solve these kinds of things. Hopefully peacefully, but in this case they put up resistance, so we still need to get the job done. So yeah, nope, no can't do, and I'm gonna roll to reject influence 2d6 plus 2.
You see, you have to understand, civilians. We are peaceful when you agree with us.
See? And these guys
Isn't
aren't
that-
civilians, so I want to point out these guys are not civilians.
Well-
if they are militia, they are. If they
Nine
are militia, they are
have
civilians.
rejected their influence.
You never know.
On a 7 to 9, you get to choose one of the following options as well. Clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Shift a label up or down, your choice, or cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
I so want to just do the shift anyway. But I think that would be a bit too metagame. So I think I'm gonna cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
Okay.
So
I mean, I feel like doing the switch anyways is the opposite of metagaming. Because you
What?
rejected the role you wanted.
What?
That's like, I feel like doing the change anyways is the opposite of metagaming, because you rejected something that was good for you mechanically, and then did it organically instead.
It's not. I don't think it's very organic that I reject the. Like I have a very difficult time finding a justification, especially after I gave the reasoning why I'm rejecting it, for lowering superior and increasing unique. So just doing the shift anyway would have been basically just me trying to have my cake and eat it too.
Sure.
I think this way where I am rejecting them like wholeheartedly and canceling their influence and taking the +1 is much more appropriate for the reasoning I gave.
So,
Or
what does
why not?
this cancelling of influence look like inside Tyster? Like, has Tyster just gone, like, fuck this shit, I don't care what this guy says anymore, let's take him down? Or is it more something else, like, has ticked you off in a way that you don't really care about what Gigadramon thinks anymore?
I think that Daisto, when like I gave the reasoning why why I'm rejecting the influence, I think Daisto understands that this guy lacks the perspective. He understandably has his own like concerns with being loyal and so on, but he doesn't understand, or they don't understand the burden or responsibility that the us chosen ones have to try and take care of everyone. We're here on the right business, and this guy, even though he may be misguided, I mean, he's misguided, so he doesn't have it much to offer in terms of advice or something, or opinions that matter. And he's currently becoming a very active obstacle between us and trying to solve this whole problem of Plasmon going power hungry and trippy and trying to take over the digital world or whatever Plasmon is on about.
Which is fun because we
It's
don't
going to
even
turn out that
know.
he's just planning a surprise birthday party or something for, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like we don't even know what he's doing. Just trying to find out what the fuck he's trying to do, so we know if we can help or not.
Yes, we don't even know what he's trying to do. Anyway, but yeah, that's the reasoning. I think Tyson might even say something like that. What would Tyson say in this situation? I can't come up with anything. I'm sorry. But yeah.
Insert speech here.
Yes, insert Dice-to-like speech here with plentiful "that's enough."
That's enough! Out of both of you!
That's enough out of you.
Tyso's just there like, that's enough, that's enough, that's enough, that's enough.
That's enough? That's enough, that's
Speech.
enough! 100.
All right, but
I am moved by this speech, and I will stop everything.
yeah, I think as they realize that Gigatron doesn't really have any advice or anything insightful to offer, Mistimon grabs the Giga Hands like claws. They're made of these 3 claws, right?
Yeah.
So he takes 2 of them and starts prying them open with his raw strength, and forces himself out of Gigatron's grab. And then he spins around and like what is the like slams, just tosses Gigatron for a change towards the gatehouse of the castle, trying to smash it open with Gigatron's.
Cool. Could you
body,
roll
I guess.
to directly engage the threat, please?
Thank you. 2d6 plus 3 because of rejecting the influence. 10.
Please choose 2 of the options.
Yes, I want to resist or avoid their blows, and I want to take their fortifications from them. So I want to smash open their fortifications with Gigadramon, using Gigadramon as a battering ram, I guess.
Cool. Gigadramon flies through the air and slams through the front gates of the castle, crashing down and crushing several Skull Nightmon beneath him and Deadly Axemon who are hiding behind the gates. He skids down the hallway, his wings smashing through several pillars and walls as he skids to a halt, his body creating a massive crevice in the stone floors. The Skull Nightmon and Deadly Axemon begin to panic. A few of them begin to scream at their friends that have just been crushed beneath Gigadramon. And they retreat further into the castle, running away. Megadramon, meanwhile, swoops in towards Kageaki and Sonya. Everyone run! I'll handle these 2!
Oh, that sounds bad. Oh, that sounds
His claws open and a massive amount of energy begins to build up out of them. Digidimension!
What did you say?
You see a big spherical sort of amount of energy wrap itself around you, Sonya, and your Digimon. It seems like it's about to just squish in. What do you do?
Well, I can use a shield and counter that spherical energy with a sphere of light energy of my own. Yeah, by spending a hold.
Cool. So shielding, you put up a protective barrier on yourself. Spend an additional hold to defend one other person as well. Do you want to defend Kageaki too, or just yourself?
Fuck him. He ruined my move.
Yeah, fuck you,
Yeah.
Kagayaki.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, yeah, I guess I
Please
will.
narrate your death scene.
Out of the goodness of my own heart, I will protect Kagayaki this one time. But you're on your own afterwards,
You're on thin
Mister.
ice, mister.
Cool. Please
Yeah.
roll to defend Kagayaki with unique instead.
Unique instead. Yes.
Not too bad.
+3. Since I have influence over Kagayaki, that should be fine as well.
You
right?
have influence as well, yeah.
So +4. There's a way I lose, but I mean,
Worst case scenario, we have team so I can help defend me.
yeah, okay, that's fine.
12. Nice. You defend Kagayaki successfully. Describe what it looks like to me, please, and then choose one of the options from the defend somebody list.
Sonia looking nonplussed at Megadamron's big threat. Just look him square in the eyes, not changing expression. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm afraid you're miscalculating. You're far from enough from taking a single one of us, let alone two. But do not worry. I will be merciful, as we all always are. So I hope you can forgive us. As the energy gets around her slowly while she speaks and slowly rejects Megadamron's attack as if it were nothing. But we do not plan on hurting you. I hope you believe me when I say that. So, you have a choice. Do not forget. Well, I could take another move as well if I can, but I'm not sure what. I could. I'd like to make it so that everyone would look at me. What's the situation? So they're like behind the gate. Is that right? So there's only.
No, the gate. Gigadramon just got thrown through the gate. The
Right.
collapsed with Gigadramon's weight on top of it, on top of several Skull Nightmon and Deadly Axemon, crushing them to death. And they all ran further into the castle. So I think
That's
when
the
you,
D word.
Oh, that wasn't part of the deal.
That's the.
I think when you say without hurting them, Megadramon looks incredibly pissed at what just happened in the castle.
Well, not. That wasn't part of the plan, but.
The two of us aren't going to hurt you.
But we
So
can.
if I wanted to do collateral damage, I would have a move for that.
Hey, I'm just
Well-
following the fiction. If a Gigadramon goes through a giant gateway and there are a whole bunch of Digimon hiding behind that gateway, he's gonna land on some of them.
I will then
Not
probably
least
start floating in the air on Shipmon, maybe just enough so that everyone can look at me. Fellasmon, I think it's time to come now. Surely you've heard the commotion by now? Or are you so willing to throw away the lives of your companion that you'd rather stay cooped up inside?
Please, for the love of God, just come out so we can talk.
If not, well, we'll make more commotion.
God.
Rest assured of that. Is there any reaction from anyone anywhere?
I'm trying so hard here.
Could you roll to provoke for me, please, Sonia?
Superior again. Oh man, all of those big best rolls. Do I have influence over Fellasmon? I do not know.
I do.
Do the roll at my stead. Yeah. 6 minus 1. Oof. Oh, wait. I have to do it. Keep on forgetting. Whoa, actually.
Can't even help you.
Wow. That's a really good roll.
Actually, wouldn't Sonia have influence over Fellasmon? Since she's the partner of Pillowmon?
I don't don't know. Does Sonia have influence over Felismon? Is that something we decided yet?
We did not. I do not have influence over. Well, if we did decide it, I did not note it, so we'll have to
In
check.
that case, you do not have influence over Felismon
Yeah.
in this instance. So yeah, it's just.
But it makes sense. It was more. He had a connection with Pilomon, and even then, with what Pilomon used to be, and not.
Okay, but
I-
if I help and I have influence over. Okay, yeah, no.
Yeah, well, it's fine anyways. 8.
Okay, so
Eat.
I'm gonna say
Provoke.
they overreact. Gain influence over Felismon, please.
Oh well, that
Yee,
that solves the issue.
I'll just roll again.
So, I think out of the top of the castle, a metal panel slides open, and out of it comes a machine. It raises up slowly, hissing and whirring, the cogs on either side turning rapidly. Smoke is hissing out from underneath it as it does so. And a big machine, glass panels on the front, is housing Felismon inside. He's sat inside on his throne on the inside. There is these big canisters either side of the machine. It seems to be filled with like ones and zeros, little bits of data. He leans forward and he says, "I thought I told you. I would do things my way, you would do things your way, and we wouldn't get in each other's way. So tell me, the strongest people in this entire world have come to my dominion, attacked my people, who are defenseless by comparison. No offense," he says to his...
None taken, sir.
"This doesn't seem very heroic, does it?" he says. "Regardless..."
You know as well as we do, Felismon, that we can't let you go about terrorizing the dark area and beating up innocent Digimon.
We're just here.
Oh, I didn't beat up any innocent Digimon. I beat up a very nosy Parker who happened to be trying to get in our way. And would you look at that? You managed to get in our way regardless.
Okay,
We knew
this is
that you might
this
come
obviously-
this way, and you might not listen to the deal we made earlier. You see, I'm one for honouring deals, for what is this world if you can't trust one another?
technically we still haven't gotten in your way. We're just trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Trying to make sure you're not making a mistake.
Like
We
I
don't
said
even
before,
know what you're trying to do.
I'm carrying on Gulfmon's legacy. What does it look like?
And what's that legacy exactly? Now that we have dealt with the angels and are starting to reform the world?
Gulfmon's mission was never to destroy the heavens or anything like that. No, no. He wished to escape the dark area. He wished to free his friends from the torment that they've been trapped in for all these years,
But
and
that's
take
what...
our rightful place back on the digital world. Rule over those beneath us.
Yeah, that's where you lose me, you see.
You were doing so well.
We are the strongest. We deserve to be on top. It's how it always should be. The strong survive. The strong lead.
Felismon, that's how the angels did things, and you saw how that turned out. Please, if you actually care about your
So when the shoe's on the other foot, you don't give a damn about them, do you? We've been tormented and trapped here for millennia. For as long as I can remember, these dark walls have trapped us here, and nobody has lifted a finger to help us. Nobody. Even when
We
you
did
Even when you lifted a finger to help us, the dark walls stayed tall, and no one was allowed out of this eternal tormented hell. I have had to rebuild this city from the ground up. Make it a utopia for the dark area. Recruit people who are passionate about taking back our birthright in the digital world. A place where we don't have to endure countless tortures and terrible sins placed upon us for no reason whatsoever other than the whims of some vaccine goody two-shoes angel Digimon.
Wait,
Now you are imposing that we should sit back and do nothing.
No, that's not what we were saying. Please, you are misunderstanding things. We are also trying to tear down the wall. Sure, there's a higher priority right now because Diablomon's literally trying to destroy this world and every other world. So we gotta stop him first.
Diablomon, you say? Good
Yes.
riddance. The world can burn for all I care, so long as we stand on top by the end of
No,
this.
he won't. He's trying to kill you guys as well. He's trying to kill everyone. That's why we have to prioritize him first. Like, look, we're trying to rebuild a proper system. We're trying to have the heavens be governed by an equal amount of different types of Digimon. A vaccine, a data, a virus, preferably a free type as well for the tiebreak. Actually, on our way back, we're going to check up with Digimon why the hell he hasn't torn down the wall yet. Look, why can't we just work together and work for both of our goals? Why do we have to be separate? We want the same thing if you exclude the fact that you just want to universal rule and fuck everyone else. But we are also trying to help you guys.
All I'm trying to do is carry out the will of my friend.
And
He
we can
died for little reason other than wanting his own freedom. The hands of so-called heroes such as yourselves. So forgive me if I don't trust Digidestined.
You
Now
put
listen.
a lot.
I firmly believe that the strongest Digimon are the ones that should thrive at the top and make decisions. If this Diablomon is so powerful that he has you worried, then he must have every right to wield that power and show
destroy
everybody.
your world, destroy your people, destroy you.
If
Well,
that
that's
is
Mon.
what he wishes, then
Is
yes.
that the future you want?
Desmond, if you think that the strongest should rule and the weaker ones should follow what they say, aren't we the strongest here right now?
Not for long, he says. His machine whirs to life. It starts glowing a bright blue on the outsides, and the data funnels through into the chamber that he sat in. Soon, the playing field will be level, he says. And I think we'll end the session there, unless anyone wants to do anything else.
Dang it.
Because we're getting quite late.
Yeah, I was hoping to play the empathize card. Too late now.
I mean, there were a lot of cards to play there, but unfortunately, the session was getting very close to ending, so maybe it's
Yeah.
better that
It got close
escalate
to
so
ending
we
like
have
an
more
hour
things
ago.
to do next
Yeah,
time.
we
It's
like
true.
overran by an hour, so I'm sorry about that.
Mhm.
Guys.
Yep.
Cool. We'll do quickly end of session moves. I won't do an after credit scene because we've run out of time way much. We'll just continue from where we left off next session.
There's not much to describe anyway, I think.
Pensiare.
Okay, so let's start with Taisto. Did you grow closer, further away from the others?
Into own
or into your
image.
image?
Now I'm gonna take the unique up and superior down. Yay.
Cool. Why are you taking that?
I think it's because Daisto, as a result of what happened at the start of the session, he learned about Einari's condition, and that these kinds of things were kept away from him. He knows that he's not probably not able to. He has a very clear plan of getting to Nemesimon and so on, but he doesn't really possess the means to do so himself. So he feels both a bit separate from the others because of what Sonia did, and also not very superior, since he still needs their help in order to achieve being able to keep his promise to Einar.
Okay.
Not taking the potential. I'm not going to take the potential. Jeez.
I am. Always take the potential.
Kagyaki, what are you going to choose?
Oh boy. Well, the only one that makes even remotely any amount of sense. Actually, I don't know. Like, lowering kinds doesn't make sense when he's been passive to a fault this season. So I'll take influence away from Sonia because a few red flags are starting to pick up again, and he's getting worried.
No, man. No.
They probably need to have
Everything is
another
fine.
talk.
Everything is fine.
Cool, so you take influence away from Sonia. And finally, Sonia.
Yeah. Well, not specifically. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to move my labels again for the 4th time this session. Can't I just bullshit my way by saying that having that nice talk with Taisto and finally airing out the last bits of secrets out, and just making a clean slate, so to speak, it qualifies as getting closer to Taisto or something.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Can I just it? Yes. So you already have influence over me, I believe, yes, but I can clear a condition by doing so. So I'll clear what could I not clear with this? Guilty maybe, because the other ones seem okay. Speaking of clearing conditions, my move at the end of yelling at top of the sky and attracting the attention of everybody would be a full reaction without talking to the rest of my team. Something like that. Right?
Okay, so also in terms of your light balance, so this session you talked about the darkness with Taisto. You protected Snymon, but then you also completely endangered the enemy, like innocent battalion, basically, that haven't done anything to you. You were going to blow them up. So I'm going to say that you don't gain any balance, that you don't lose any balance this session.
That's fine, but I clear insecure at least.
Yes.
I guess. I've heard something important in Kagayaki, so probably clearing gray as well. Oh, right.
Sorry, what?
Something. I heard you in the blast earlier, no?
Yes,
Did I not?
it hurt me.
So you're important.
Oh my god! That's such a cop-out, I love it! Yes, I broke Kagayaki, so... I guess I can clear guilty then, because I sacrificed my bodily stability for a bunch of strangers. Afraid, though. I don't think I clear afraid.
Yeah, you didn't run from anything this time.
Technically, I ran from actually fighting.
I think Taisto can clear angry because he broke the gates with another Digimon.
I don't want to, if that's okay.
No. You see, you also broke a lot of lives. A lot of families are now broken up because of you. They are missing brothers, fathers, sisters. Cough.
I just
Wait a
realized
second, what?
there's
You killed people.
a rule that I've been overlooking this whole time. Apparently,
Yeah, I just noticed it myself as well.
you take +1 to an action that involves a roll when you're trying to clear a condition.
Oh yeah. We
done
never
that.
use this.
We have never done
Never
that
use
the
this.
entire
We have
session.
literally never used this.
Oh my god, has that been there all this time? Like,
It has been
Yes.
it has been there from session 1, and I completely forgot it was a rule.
oh my god.
I think this just proves that we're all playing, trading card games.
Yes.
Yes.
We are all
None of us
TCG
can actually
players.
fucking read it.
Cool. In that
Oh my
case,
god, that would have
Taisto,
made so many-
can you fuck Sonia up, please?
Oh yeah, right.
Her only
Forgot about
two,
that.
her only two labels are Savior and Superior. Which way do you want them to move?
Savior and Superior. Savior up and Superior down.
Seems logical. So I did have to move my labels in the end. Forgot about that part. Well, here we go.
And that is the end of the session. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. I hope the 2 watchers that we've had today have also enjoyed the stream. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Unless it's you guys on your phones, I don't know if it is just you guys on your phones, but we might actually
I'm
have 2
not there,
watchers
so-
once. So guys, thanks for tuning in to the stream. We really appreciate you guys, and we will be back next week for more Digimon adventures in Digimon Vortex.
Hooray! Hopefully Fred works this time.
Yeah, hopefully we have music next time like we usually
No, it doesn't look like Fred is going to keep working. I think he's just
Okay,
on
see
a
you guys.
downward spiral.
Good night to
Aw.
everyone. Bye bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Hi, Mom.
Thank.
So
Mom is already asleep.